And we're live. Welcome, everyone. Hopefully, you guys missed us. If you didn't, let us know in the comments. But we missed you guys. Unfortunately, sometimes we have to take days, weekends off, guys, for health reasons, and to rest up for upcoming shows, guys. But anyway, guys, today we're welcoming Chad Wolfman's Goodies with us today, and you guys, if you're not familiar with Chad and his channel, I put the links in the description of the live, and you guys, if you're not subscribed to Chad has been doing great job with consistency, in my opinion. One of those YouTube content creators who's very consistent with videos, does great job, does amazing with jokes, guys. Actually, very clean, not like me, guys. Very clean jokes, which is very respectful for his age and my
Thank,
age.
thank
Because
you so much.
yeah, we're similar age, guys.
Yes.
And I like to welcome you all, guys. We got Maya in the house. Maya, welcome. We got maybe Picker in the house. Welcome. We got Chris, Easy Pickings in the house. Kenneth, Escape Promo, welcome. Ken, unfortunately, I couldn't make it to Nashville, man. And there is a reason for that, guys. I'm not going to go into that in detail. I really appreciate Jill reaching out to me about this, and it's a private situation, guys. So I'm not going to talk about it that much. I wanted to go, but life sometimes happens, guys. You cannot predict how life is sometimes. So next time, probably, guys, I'll try to be there. But I apologize. I actually wanted to go and was not in a great mood that I didn't. So, but it is what it is, guys. Sometimes you have to make a choice of what's more important: the meetup or someone in your family health. So, in the choice, of course, when someone in your family has something, you will stick with your family. So, unfortunately, guys, it is what it is. But let me say hello to Mike, the crazy card, Jill in the house. Jill, welcome. Ken, you missed you for sure. Yeah, guys. Thanks for reaching out, everyone. I know that I know that people were expecting that I would have went, but like I said, last minute it was not possible to go. So I had to respect situation, and I could not do it. If I was younger, without proper thinking, maybe I would have went. But at 45, I think sometimes you have to start thinking differently. One of the days. um, and we got Amanda in the house. Amanda, welcome. And Jill is here. It's never the same without you, Roman, but absolutely understand. Thanks, Jill. Appreciate it. We got reselling with Woody in the house, guys. Woody, welcome.
Yes.
Melissa, probably Wolf in the house, right? Chad or Missy. I'm not sure if it's someone, if it's your wife or not. Oh,
It
yeah, it
is.
is. Yeah,
It
that's
is.
Melissa. Yeah, so Missy Wolf in the house. Hey, guys. Chad's wife in the house. There you go.
He can say Melissa, but he can't say Lissa.
I
Just
cannot
say it.
see. I cannot even see anymore. That's why the good thing I can still talk. Vintage Ivan in the house. Welcome, Ivan. We got Helios Salvador Mercado in the house, guys. Sal, welcome.
Salvador.
Chris reselling with Woody. We got Jay Philly Retro Toys, who is going to be joining us later on today, guys. Just an announcement with Anthony. Dragon Master finds later on when Chet has leaves. And here is everyone saying hello to each other. So, guys, I really appreciate your support once again and stopping by today. And in advance, I'll tell you that Chet will be here for an hour, guys, and he has to go take care of his mom. Very respectful. So when Chad leaves, guys, we're gonna have Anthony Dragon Master Finds and Jay Philly Retro Toys joining us, me and Lisa in the live. So guys, like I said, I'll put Chad's channel. Please subscribe to him because he is, like I said, amazing YouTube content creators and kind of stuck with this YouTube world, stuck in kind of in a situation where they put out great content and don't have subscribers, which is kind of how YouTube is kind of unfair, in my opinion. But it is what it is, guys. We cannot, as of right now, change it. So here is Chad's channel once again. Please subscribe to him. And if you guys wondering why I'm wearing those glasses, I have to wear them now because I have migraine headaches from looking at the screen, and it really lately has been really bothering me, like big time because I list on a computer. I don't list on the phone. So I constantly list and for hours looking at the monitor screen. So I got like started to have bad headaches recently, and doctor told I have to see eye doctor, and that's why I wear those yellow kind of screen glasses so I can look at the monitor screen because without getting bad headache and losing consciousness. So that's why I'm doing it, guys. If you're wondering why, so it is that is for the best, hopefully, guys. So I can actually look at the monitor. So Chad and Lisa will not stay alone. So I'm not gonna pass out. But anyway, Chad, welcome once again to our live, and I really appreciate you joining us once again. So tell a little bit about yourself, Chad, to the people in the chat, how you started out with your YouTube world journey, magical YouTube world, how you started with your reselling, what did you do before that, all that type of interesting stuff that people kind of want to probably to know.
Okay. So, YouTube, I started it a year ago, January 1st, as a New Year's resolution. And I thought, hey, I'm already shipping out 6 days a week. I might as well record it and upload it and try to tell some jokes and be funny. And eBay, I've been selling on eBay for 5 years. And before that, I was installing metal roofing and tearing off shingles and stuff like that. But I knew I had to find something that I could do from home because my mom was getting older, up in age, and she was diagnosed with dementia in November of 2022, and I've been staying with her ever since. Which I got other people that help me out too, you know. But it's pretty cool. I go and list off her kitchen table while she's sleeping, you know, on eBay. I list stuff.
That's
But
good, man. That's really good. That's what I talked about. That family is very important. That's very important, especially parents getting older. And I'm familiar with that, man. As I said before, my mom is a cancer survivor, and she actually always worries about me all the time.
yeah,
And she calls me all the time asking me how I am, and that's when this week, guys, I couldn't go into even lives normally looking at the screen because I had the bad headaches. Like they would start up and they don't go away. Even with Advil and stuff, I couldn't get rid of that. So that's why I had to go to the doctor. They said I have to wear those blocking protection from the screen glasses.
yeah. Then you can use them to go fishing too. They're like blue
Yeah,
ball.
or to go like get a suntan
Yeah.
outside. Let me say hello to Ink Picker, Alicia in the house. Alicia, welcome. And I said hello to Woody. Did I miss where Chad is from? Chad, tell everyone where you're from. Amanda would like to know, and everyone else.
Well, it's Dobson, North Carolina, but real close to Mayberry. You know, Mount Airy, North Carolina. The little famous place, the Andy Griffin Show, and all that. And that's where my main thrift stores are, is in Mayberry or Mount Airy. But that's where I'm from.
Interesting. And you always lived in there, or you moved from somewhere, or you
No,
just
born and raised here. Yeah,
nice.
near Turkey Ford Road in Dobson. And that's where I get that name from. Turkey Ford Wolfman.
That's why you called your channel Wolfman's Goodies.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of Wolfmans, you know, Wolfman Jack and Wolfman's Bakery. So I come up with Wolfman's Goodies. And it's unique, you know, you can Google it and it just goes straight to it.
And that actually is that a smaller city in North Carolina because I
Yes.
haven't been there.
Yeah, it is. Dobson's small.
Because in North Carolina, I've been at bigger cities. I've been at Charlotte a couple times, but there are a lot of different, not great like really big cities in North Carolina. But in my opinion, even Charlotte is not that big. But Dobson I never heard of. So now I will actually know where you're from, Chad. So
Thanks.
if you're gonna start making dead jokes, we're gonna know it's Chad from Dobson.
Yes. I'm gonna put Dobson on the map, eh?
Yeah, we're gonna put Dobson on the map today, guys. So let me
Yes.
say hello to Max, first talking flipper in the house, You'll ever go to eat a sausage and find it's got hair growing all over it. See, there is a dead joke right there already, Chad. For you, man.
Yeah,
Probably a little bit dirty on the side, a little bit.
they're gonna roll in. They're gonna roll in.
We're gonna have to start rolling the jokes in, guys. I don't know what to do now. Max is always bringing some kind of interesting ideas with jokes because he's always traveling to Cleveland, and then he realizes that there is a lot of competition here, so he
Yeah.
leaves and never comes back again.
What was something cool that you found at the bins today?
Yeah, actually, guys, yeah, today I was at the bins, and I'll share later of some of the hats I found today,
Cool.
actually, which is actually a couple of them are really cool. Hopefully, actually, I know two of them for sure are kind of possibly will sell for a decent amount, I think, but I have to list them
I went.
to make.
I
Yeah.
went to a local flea market over the weekend, and the coolest thing I got was a 5-gallon bucket, 2/3 full of copper fittings, new in the bag, like contractor packs. And I
Wow.
gave $20 for the whole bucket. So it's gotta be like $200 or $300.
Nice, man. And look, Chad, your wife is saying, "Be careful what you say about me." Or you're gonna be
Yeah.
sleeping outside today, man. I know
Yes.
it's warm in North Carolina, so you probably can sleep outside.
I can sleep in my eBay office, It'll be a first, but I can do it.
Yeah, sometimes it happens, man. What you gonna do, man? Sometimes you have to sleep somewhere else.
Yeah,
The
she's a
doghouse.
she's a prankster, and that's why I like pranking her. I had you to say some stuff in past videos.
Yeah,
She turned red as a beet and say, "Chad." It's just
I
like
hope,
it'd be just like the news come up, and it was like warrant for Melissa, Wolf.
man. I hope she didn't throw you out of the house for like a week after
No, no,
that.
that was fun.
Because I noticed that you still were making videos on YouTube. You were coming down and in your basement and turning around, looking at the camera. So I noticed that you were keep doing it. And guys, when you watch chat videos, when the video starts, you will not see anyone in the beginning, and then Chad appears
Yes,
from the room. He just
yeah,
goes around. It's like interesting concept, guys. I was thinking about it. Putting a
yes.
camera up and appear.
It's kind of like Mr. Rogers. I could almost take my shoes off and sit down and stuff.
Man, Mr. Rogers was unique personality. I
Yes,
mean, very interesting personality, very unique, and it's the time, different times back in the day when Mr. Rogers was around.
yeah,
So it's actually completely different days now.
yeah,
Let me say hello to Retro Stephanie in the house.
yes.
Hello, everyone. Woody, Chad, Roman. Stephanie, by the way, guys, has been making a lot of content and putting it out on YouTube with different finds.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's good. Max is saying, Max, be nice, you're goof. Lisa is saying, Max is always nice, guys. He got a personality. Max is a former, army personnel, guys. So he gonna come up with jokes. That's why I always tell to Max here, thank you for his service. Because not a lot of times, guys, people who are serving in the army, they can joke around a little bit. They had
Yeah,
they had hard days, guys. Back in the day when everyone was in the army, it's difficult, guys. So Max, just clean jokes, man, maybe sometimes. I show a lot of respect to people who were serving in the army because my friends were serving in the United States Marine Corps. So they're actually, after they came back from Iraq, they were completely different people.
yeah,
So, that's kind of carried out a little bit in the war. But I mean, it is what it is.
yeah.
Matt is here, guys. Bearded Pocket Tuber in the house. May the force be with you. Thank you. Today is the force, guys.
Yes.
So, Chad, where are you sitting right now? In the basement?
No,
Are you-
it's my little 10 by 14 outbuilding, my eBay office.
And how did you actually start out your reselling from from the office, or you had some other like a shed or cabin in the woods?
I had
Cabin in the woods.
yeah, good job. A concrete block building that is my wife's eBay office. It's about 20 foot from this building. I started out there, and all these tubs you can't see from 4 and 5 years ago still have listings in them, unsold.
Wow. Interesting. And you're very organized. I noticed from your videos, like you got everything set up like a true person that actually takes care of his inventory. If
Yeah,
you guys watch Chad's videos, how he does his inventory, it's great. And a lot of resellers in the community do great job with setup, how's it set up. Even me with my organization, I'm not organized usually, but lately, last year at least, I was very organized. So actually, I had everything located in the places where it's supposed to be, which is rare.
yeah.
Sometimes I cannot find something. It's gonna take me 10 hours to find it. And
I lose. I lose one thing a year, maybe two. How many do you lose? You have to cancel.
I actually, to tell you the truth, Chad, I lost maybe within last 6 months, maybe one thing.
Good
And
job.
I found it, but I actually took me some time to find it.
We're
So
talking about inventory, not your mind.
and mind, I lose every day. So it's kind of
I
that's.
couldn't let that one go, Roman. Come on.
Lisa knows that losing mind sometimes is helpful in a way where you go to the bins. Like I told Chet today, I went to the bins from 8 in the morning and I left at 3:30. So and on you're on your feet for almost 7 hours, walking, waiting, walking, waiting, camping, waiting, walking, going through the bins. It's nonstop. It's like going to the gym for like 3 hours, and then I come back. I feel like I was in a gym lifting like heavy stuff, guys, and I have dropped dead. I just don't want to do anything. I just bring my IKEA bag, put it down, and I don't look at it, and then I just fall asleep right away because I mean that's how much energy is left out in that. But it is. Chet, do you go to the Goodwill bins in your area or closer to you?
Yeah, I do in Winston Salem. And when I go there, we make a route and we hit about 5 Goodwill stores, and it's awesome. But about the bins, sometimes I feel so tired I want to crawl in one of the clothing bins and take a nap. Cover up.
Yeah, sometimes you need it, man. Sometimes it's important. Amanda is asking me when I'm gonna start doing whatnot. Amanda, it's gonna be. I will try to get some inventory for it because with my mindset, whatnot is kind of. I don't know how to tell you that, but it's kind of. I need to have specific inventories where I can find that is something that people will want to buy and something that I will sell most likely. I know it's not gonna sell like with people who have big following right now, but eventually, if the following will grow, maybe I'll find something else. But it is in the future. I mean, I'll try to see without any particular help. Probably I'll do a show because I mean it's kind of sometimes something that I need to gather and determine if it's for whatnot or if it's maybe for not for whatnot. So I have to research and see if it's worth it. But I'll try it. I'll try it, and I know we got people who will come in and support. Hopefully, in our community, and hopefully I'll sell something. Someone will buy something. Hopefully, guys.
Maybe you can try starting out with plushes because you only got a little money in them.
Yeah, that's actually in the beans you can get. I know. I actually was bringing that up last time when Kristen Thrifty Mom was on our live. I was wondering, like always, why is Plush selling and whatnot? It's still mind-boggling for me because it's kind of never sells on any platform, and then it sells on whatnot.
Yeah.
Because you start the auction at $1. Sometimes it depends on the Plush, of course, but you're starting an auction at $1, people will bid. Whoever collecting plush, I don't know.
Yep.
It's kind of hard for me to process it through my brain why people need plush. But at at current times, guys, when there's so everything is so expensive, why would anyone need plush? That's kind of always on.
It's like a security blanket to them. It takes them back to their childhood, I guess.
I know, man, but there's a lot of plush. I mean, you come in sometimes, you can find, especially like certain areas, and we discussed it, Chad, in the past, that sometimes certain areas where people source, there is opportunity to find something cheap in a bulk quantity, and that
Yeah.
particular situation is kind of favorable for whatnot sellers. But in these areas where there is no opportunity to source cheaper stuff, it's going to be difficult for someone to do whatnot if they want to make certain amount of money to pay bills and other things. It's not, especially without following. I mean, it's kind of, if you think about it, I mean, if you're gonna keep selling plush for $1 or $3 plus shipping on whatnot, and how much money you're gonna make, after that, after the fees. So it's kind of, I mean, it's always in the back of your mind how your business model works. Does it work this way or not? So do you do whatnot, Chad? Did you ever do
No,
it?
we sell on eBay only. But one of our local Goodwills, you can fill a bag of plush for like $5, and that's how they cash in a big bag.
Yeah, in our area here, the only place where we can get cheap plushes is either bins. It's gonna be by pound, so like by weight. I mean,
Yeah,
so you're paying like if it's a small plush, you're not gonna pay more than 20 cents by weight. So
yeah.
it's kind of equals. It depends on the size or garage sales, which are actually we're finally back here in Cleveland to garage sales, guys. I went to garage sale already this week on Thursday. Found some good video games, so it was very kind of fruitful for me to come back to garage sales because I like them a lot. And when we don't have them in the winter and spring even, and they start out in May most of the time, and kind of go back, and I'm happy now that the garage sale started. So it's kind of brings enjoyment a little bit compared to the bins, because at the bins it's different environment. So, Chad, in terms of YouTube channel, why did you decide to do YouTube? Did you decide just to do it as a hobby in the beginning, or you were thinking about trying to build it up and make eventually start making some kind of income from it?
Trying to make some kind of income for my family in the future. Yeah.
And how long ago did you start YouTube channel?
Uh, January 1st of last year, 2023. So it's been, I got it somewhere. Oh my God, 16 months I've been on YouTube. And I got 589 videos and 495 subs. And I need 800 watch hours to have my 3,000.
Yeah, to
So
get,
those are the stats.
and you're gonna get partially monetized because
Yes.
you actually need 4,000 watch hours. So you will get fully monetized when you get 4,000 watch hours.
Okay.
So with 3,000, you are partially monetized. So you can get super chats like
Yes.
us sometimes. And we really appreciate all of you guys for sending us super chats. Lisa got her part of super chats, guys, today. If you just worried if I pay
It?
Lisa, yes, guys,
Well,
Lisa
thank
can
you.
prove it. So Lisa got her part, guys, and we really appreciate it, guys, for supporting us. And Chad, by the way, is a great supporter of our live, guys, and the channel, and send us super chats also. So we really appreciate you, man,
Yeah,
for
you're
doing
welcome.
it. Yeah, you're a
Yeah,
great.
you've always been so swell at supporting everyone. We appreciate it.
Yeah, you're a great dude, man. And how many kids do you have, Chad?
I got three.
3 kids, all
Yeah.
grown up already.
Well, I got two teenage boys that live with me, and my daughter's grown up.
That's cool. That's cool. So you got a big family, man. What do you do with your kids, man? What did you like to do? What kind of hobbies? Did you guys play sports?
No, we just play out in the yard. They go to the Goodwills with me, and I have them occasionally list on eBay, VCRs and DVD combos and stuff. I'll test it, and one of them will list it, and we'll split it 50-50 after it sells.
Wow, nice. Do they like the deal? Did they ask you for more money?
No, they like the deal.
But that's good, man. That they're helping you out. Max is saying he's coming in end of August to Cleveland. Um, your way, meaning to somewhere in Ohio, most likely. Me, you, and Lisa need to get together and go picking. Max, come over to Cleveland. We'll go picking tomorrow, man.
But you got to come get me.
Lisa says she can walk here.
Yeah,
It's gonna take her
I'll never be
3 hours.
seen again.
Yeah. Actually, Lisa had a lot of garage sales in her area this weekend also. Lisa, did you go picking at garage sales?
Oh my
At,
God, it was killing me. I went to go down to the post office and there was one, and it was the whole drive. And I'm just going, I have too much. I have too much. Oh, that was just evil. So yes, it is that time again, everyone.
yeah,
And
guys,
next month is our big allotment where I live, our community sale. That's going to be rough, man. You need the fix.
Retro Stephanie saying, I just saw a video of sellers getting sued by the companies, items from Amazon pallets. Yeah, that's actually, I already talked about it on the live, about those things from Amazon bin stores. A lot of merchandise possibly is counterfeit. So just be careful, guys. I mean, Amazon bin store owners, they don't care about the merchandise they get because they buy them in very large bulk. So you have to buy. I actually tried to see if I can buy some, but they said that I need to buy like truckload, big truckload, not just small truckload, but big. And that way, that the only way they're gonna work with person who will buy it. So they just buy certain things. They don't even care about what type of items they get because they try to sell it at Amazon bin stores cheap, and they know people will come over and buy it because $14 for Apple AirPods, you cannot, I mean, find those types of deals anywhere, guys. I mean, you can go to Amazon bin store, you can find Apple iPad for $14 on a $14 day or $10 day. So what kind of person will not go, guys?
I always say it was returned for a reason, and I'm weary, especially electronics. I don't buy it because I don't want to return.
Electronics are, yeah, you and Amazon bin stores usually, it's not, it's most of it of course is like buyer's remorse type of situation where they will buy something from Amazon, and with Amazon stupid return rules on how they treat their buyers by always kissing their, you know what,
Yeah,
it's like eBay in a way. eBay is not that bad yet. Hopefully eBay will not go there how Amazon is, but with Amazon you can buy something, you can just put something else into the box and send it back, and they're gonna refund you.
yeah,
So it's as simple as that, guys. They don't care,
yeah,
and you're gonna be out of the money. I mean, that's basically they consider it to be business type of loss. You know, it happens with all types of platforms, but with Amazon and eBay is not that much. It happens, but with Amazon it happens most. So you better try to watch out if you wanna buy the stuff to resell. I did it, and thankfully, thank God, nothing happened. But I was buying bunch of AirPods, bunch of Beats headphones, Sony headphones, all that stuff for $10, and it was selling for around 100. So I
yeah.
mean, that's gonna happen if you wanna do that kind of thing until possibly you're gonna get something counterfeit, and then they're gonna come after you. So it's like it depends. So, Chad, do you buy any type of high-end electronics to
No,
resell?
VCRs and combo units, and occasionally some receivers, ham radio, small stuff. But recently at the bins, I seen a DeWalt package from Lowe's Hardware, the big saw blade, and the person returned the old saw blade in it. I was like, what in the world? So you're right. People
Yes,
return stuff used.
and they on Amazon it's very simple to do because they don't care, and because of how much are like return things. I mean, returns on Amazon are currently are just out of control. That's how those Amazon bin stores are opening up because there is so much
So
of
many returns.
so many returns and open
Yep.
box stuff and buyer remorse and non-working stuff that people send back. They just don't have time or employees power to go over this kind of stuff, so they just dump it on those pellet buyers, and those pellet buyers basically have nothing to lose because that's a perfect business model. They just open up Amazon bin store. They're gonna bring out merchandise with different
Yep.
price type of things like $14 Fridays, $10 Saturday, $7 Sunday, and they know people will want to come in, not resellers. I mean, resellers are not resellers. So the people who just come in to buy something for a good deal, it's a
Yeah.
great deal. If you're gonna advertise, you can find Apple AirPods for $14. I mean, you're gonna have a line of people come in, So it's
You,
kind of what happens.
you
But
know about the only thing I buy at the bins that I do well on is I go on 50-cent day and I'll buy the books, but I will scan them first, like the college books you sell for 20, $30. because you can flip through it and see if it's dirty or clean. So you're okay on books.
Yeah, books are actually also, I've seen situations, Chad, where textbooks, I've seen situations where there were counterfeit situation, and eBay was removing the listings. I've seen it before, so just careful.
Man,
Certain ones, I don't know which ones, guys, and nobody knows, unfortunately. That's kind of one of the problems that eBay has, is that they have a big zero list, but in reality there are some things that come kind of get through the, you know, their AI, artificial intelligence, and doesn't catch it, and they just people who list it, and some people just list it and it gets removed, and people don't understand how come other people have it listed and their listing was removed. So it's basically how eBay system works. It's kind of, you don't even understand how it is, you
It's a
know.
lotto.
That's why people kind of want to switch a lot to live selling and whatnot, to kind of escape this kind of situation,
yeah.
because
No
currently
zeros.
currently on whatnot, if you think about it, there are no virus as of right now, even though there may be some stuff that I've seen before on videos from content creators in the YouTube magical world, that whatnot also eventually, I mean, will understand there are going to be lawsuits coming, and if they're going to try to ban sellers who try to push type like a fake or counterfeit items, because there are gonna be sellers who do that. It's like all over the place. So just as a, I think it's just as a precaution. Whatnot most likely will also be eventually, when it grows, it will implement certain rules. So it just the platform needs to grow, and then it starts to implement its rules, guys. As you know, with all platforms. So, Chad, how's your eBay like altogether? What is type of stuff would you say is stuff that you like to source for in your business model? What type of items do you like to be stay with everything, be everything seller, or you try to kind of niche down to something specific in the future?
It's everything that has a sold comp, but I'm into board games, coffee cups, and hats because they're typically $1 a piece, and you can sell them for like 10. I sold a board game this week for $30. It was Quacks, Herb, Witches, used board game, $30 plus shipping. So that's what I'm into.
That's actually, I think that's actually board games. You know, Chad, I know how. If you actually guys know which board games to actually find, because there are some that are really good ones,
Yeah,
and you can find them sometimes. It's for me. Sometimes it happened in the past where I would find a really good game. Even sometimes you're gonna find new ones
yep.
sealed, which is also even better.
Yeah, this
So
one was like 2018. It was a newer one. And my wife found one today, Pink Panther board game from 1970. And she said it had sold comps in the 30s.
that's
So
good.
that's
Yes,
awesome.
that's actually good. Yeah. Um, and how many like you said you currently only sell on eBay and nowhere else. You don't sell anywhere on any other platforms whatsoever, or are you trying somewhere?
No, I'm not trying. We sell one thing a year on Marketplace. They usually don't show up, or, it's a waste of time.
Right. So you just kind of sticking to eBay for
Yeah.
now,
Yeah, focus all our energy on eBay. It
and
works. It's worldwide.
that's good. And you're full time, right? Or you have a
Yeah.
job?
Yeah.
You full time? Okay. And you got basically your whole family involved, right? Everyone is helping out.
Yes. Yeah, my wife has her own eBay account, Melissa's Thrifty Barn. And we do a
Yeah,
little
you
fun
can.
thing. We compete every week. I got that from working at an office for a few years. You know how the salesman of the week, you know, gets a little bonus or award. So I kind of integrated that into our small business here.
That's good. If you guys actually have competing stores, that's even more interesting. So, Melissa, props to you. See, that's actually good when you guys both have different eBay stores.
Yep.
So, are you guys selling similar stuff, or Melissa sells something different?
She is mainly selling clothes and vintage Barbies and some plush, shoes. Where I got all the sealed vintage household stuff. Well, not really vintage from the 2000s. Anything new and sealed that sells and has a sold comp.
That's good. I mean, that's actually interesting concept when this happens. I don't think, Lisa, we had someone who had two different eBay stores, like husband-wife teams. Usually it's the same store. But see, we got competition here between
Yep.
husband and wife with eBay.
Yep.
Well,
So,
then you know who screws up. So that's how that works.
It's
so
hard sales. It's all random. It's all a gamble. It's just something fun for everybody to watch. Like a soap opera.
yeah,
Who
that's
out,
actually
who
interesting.
outsold who?
And who is doing better job, Chad?
Melissa.
tell us, tell us the truth. So you're not
Melissa, the
gonna
last 3 weeks has outsold me.
see, Melissa. Congratulations.
Show 'em how
So
it's done, girl.
Yep.
she actually said that she can actually stay in the house today.
Oh, thanks.
Maya Koyama saying, whenever I leave the bins, I feel like I'm covered in a layer of dirt. And Maya, that happens all the time to me. And I actually even also cut myself all the time. So on top
Yeah,
on
he
top
does.
of that actually was blood also in the IKEA bag, covered with blood. and
Y'all want any of Roman's DNA? Just go to the bins.
yeah, guys, if you want to find out the DNA system. So you guys source together, you and Melissa go together and source, or you go to
No,
different places?
90% of the time we go our separate ways because of my schedule with my mom. But about once a weekend we go together and have fun and hit all the thrift stores in the big city.
Interesting. And you guys competitive with what you find usually? Do you show each other in a store that you got better stuff than the other person? Than Melissa? Did you tell her, Melissa, I got better things than you?
No, 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 no. She'll buy me board games and I'll buy her Barbies. It's not a competition until we get here in the office and ship out. It's
And
all
who
it's all a show for you guys.
That's good, and that's how the content comes out. Also, guys, if you watch Chad's channel, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see the interesting concept of everything all together.
Yeah, Melissa, my wife, just said that I get the better stuff. She's always said I keep the better stuff, the $100 items, and that's how I outsell her. But I'll tell her, hey, you come get it out of my death pile, list whatever. But she don't want to deal with the board games and stuff. It takes time to spread them all out and count the pieces.
Yeah, that actually was board games. That's the only thing that always kind of pushed me away from buying certain ones. Is that it depends on how many pieces. If you buy Risk, if you guys are familiar with a game called Risk,
Yeah,
you're gonna have to count 10,000 hours all the pieces there because there are
yeah,
like bunch of soldiers from different armies, and you have to make sure there is a certain amount in each bag.
Yeah, and Axis and Allies. No, I did
Risk,
that one once.
yeah, Axis and Allies also, and there are other ones that are really like, even though there may be even expensive ones that you can sell incomplete. But I mean, still, I mean, you're gonna have to, if you want to try to sell them as complete, you have to count the pieces. If you want to sell it as incomplete, it's gonna drop the value. So it's kind of hit or miss. It depends on how much you paid. Because for the board games at garage sales, most of the time you're not gonna pay much. At Goodwills, how are your prices at your local Goodwills, Chad? Do you guys have like set like flat prices in your Goodwills, or they raise them for different things?
some of the board games they miss, they put $1 on them. Monopolies, standard stuff you can sell for 15, but then the higher dollar, $30 used games, they'll put $8 on them, and the shoes are marked up. It's you know the items. If they got $10 on it, it's reselling for 15.
Wow, that's crazy. But that's actually reality here. So that's
Yeah.
actually familiar to me in Cleveland here, because I'm kind of surprised that in a smaller town, Dobson, North Carolina, they're gonna raise the price at Goodwills. That shows how greedy the Goodwill has become, guys. Even smaller cities, guys, already getting their prices at Goodwills hiked up. which I kind of thought will never happen. But it's happening, and it's gonna keep happening, unfortunately. Because someone said, and actually in a in a video recently, that Goodwill doesn't care about resellers reselling stuff from their stores. They care about their own profit, because I mean they want to do their own business model. They're kind of entitled to do that because they're business, kind of, big
Yeah,
corporation. So they don't care about others resellers complaining on any type of videos or in the stores or everywhere else, because their CEO is making a lot of money, guys. So they can care less about everyone's opinions on any type of social media or YouTube magical world or any type of stores. If you're gonna complain, they don't care. Employees, when I go to Goodwills and kind of look at certain prices and even talk to employees about this, they kind of say, we have a pricer in the back. They check everything and they price it up. So they're their job, and they get hired to do that job.
yeah.
So they can care less if you're not satisfied or satisfied with the price. You want to buy it. If you don't. That's it. You know.
Now, I think my local Goodwill for the last week and a half, I got a theory. Their Goodwill.com, they don't have a lot of room to store all that stuff. If it doesn't sell, they send it to the bins, I guess. So my
Mm.
point is my Goodwill in the last week and a half, I've been finding good stuff again. It's like they're throwing it out there. They don't care. They don't have room to store it at Goodwill.com or wherever they're sending it. You know,
That is true, actually, and same thing here in Cleveland. Stuff that currently gets to the Goodwill bins, there is a lot of stuff that is in our local Goodwills here that people just don't buy,
yeah,
because like it's impossible. The shoes are $25 for
yeah,
Skechers.
yeah,
Skechers shoes $25 to $30. Any type of brands, even Nikes, are like around 40, 45. I mean, nobody even beat up shoes like with
yeah.
like bad torn
Us too.
soles. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. We got $50 Nikes too. Nobody's buying them.
nobody gonna buy them. They're all gonna end up in the Goodwill bins, guys. So if your areas have closer Goodwill bin stores, a lot of resellers do have Goodwill bin stores around somewhere close to them, so they can go source over there. But it's gonna keep, I mean, more stuff, in my opinion, in upcoming months, hopefully years. It's gonna be more stuff at the Goodwill bins, which is gonna be higher quality stuff that you're gonna be buying cheap by the pound, because nobody gonna buy it at regular Goodwills. It's just gonna end up over there. So I don't know how they. What do you think, Chad? Do you think Goodwill? I know that they're trying to kind of go more online, because there've been Goodwill.com or whatever it's called. I always outlet GoodwillOutlet.com. They recently started to put so much stuff on their site that they kind of go through even stores where like Goodwill bins even, and pick out good stuff and put it online for to sell online, because they just don't care about and never cared about resellers, and that's the type of business they are. And if you kind of resellers need to find their own way to source, to find proper things that they need to resell with different other options. So it's kind of getting out of hand, in my opinion, in terms of thrift stores.
Yeah, Goodwill.com or the outlet website. They'll probably about a year they'll have some type of whatnot live auction to try to move the stuff instead of sending it to the bins. Who knows?
Yeah, and actually, recently, one of my friends locally here, he said that he was looking at one of the items on that website, the for Goodwill site, and that item eventually he came to the Goodwill bins, and that item was in the bins. He found it there.
Yeah,
So like nobody bought it on the website even. So it ended up inside of Goodwill bins, guys. So anything apparently that doesn't sell on their online site, it also goes to the bins. So there you go, guys. So some insider information, guys, just for you to process. And Bad Bearded PokeTuber saying he sold a plush for $175, which actually happened to me, Matt, also recently. I sold a plush for 129, It was Halloween, Build-A-Bear. I forgot the specific name of it, but it was like one of those Build-A-Bear rare plush that sells for over $100. And I found it at the regular Goodwill, by the way, and even kind of surprisingly paid only $2.85, I think. So I mean, there you go. Sometimes you're gonna find those types of things, not just at Goodwill. So what was most like expensive stuff that you ever sold, Chad, in your eBay career?
Uh, a tin toy from the 1950s or 60s. It was a steamroller bump and go that took D batteries, and it had a robot with a red light on top driving it, and it was in the box, and it worked after I knocked on the motor forever to get it to work, and it sold for, I think, $1,600, made in Japan, and it went to Japan. That's where I shipped it. I was like,
I think the person who bought it, Chad, was probably the one who made it.
yeah, on the assembly line.
The one who actually made it with his hands. He recognized it probably. That's why he paid up.
Yeah.
But that's good, $1,600. But it happens. I mean, those rare vintage toys, if you're gonna run into them for sure, not just like trains. I mean, or like anything. There are some crazy toys that if you're gonna learn about that kind of category, there are actually good, very good vintage toys that sell for a lot of money. But I actually did sell some in the past that were also expensive, but I don't, since I'm an everything seller, I don't specifically, take time to research specific categories of toys. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a good category if you're familiar with it and specifically niche down to it, and then learn about this whole vintage toy scene. You're gonna make good money. That's why a lot of people try to kind of eventually niche down to something, because they're gonna learn more about certain things instead of being everything seller, where they can kind of have more knowledge with certain things than someone else, like some other reseller. So they
Yeah.
can pick up that particular thing, and they will know that it sells for so much, compared to other reseller who doesn't, and will just not gonna even get it. So
I just got lucky in that matter. It was in my death pile, and when I eBay lensed it, it went to a sold comp, and I was like, okay.
yeah.
But
Let me say hello to Anthony, who's gonna join us later today. Dragon Master Finds. Anthony, welcome. We'll see you soon. Mike Fartzak Jack in the house. Mike, welcome. Appreciate you guys joining us today with our special guest Chad, Wolfman's Goodies. Guys, I put just, if you're just joining us in the chat, thank you guys once again. Please subscribe to Chad's channel. I'll put his channel back into the chat again, guys, for you. So you can subscribe to Chat, and he's let's see if he's gotten to 500 subscribers, guys, so we can congratulate him. Almost. Yes, let's get him to 500 subs. He's at 498 right now. Let's get Chat to 500 subscribers, guys, and we're gonna congratulate Chat on achieving that milestone.
thank you. Thank you so much.
Chat, that's just a small step into the right direction, man.
Yep. Give it about 2 more years.
Yeah, sometimes you think nowadays a lot of resellers, content creators, trying to achieve certain goals on YouTube, if they put out consistent content like you do, and I applaud you for that, man. You don't kind of stay away. You keep doing it and keep doing it. I'm sometimes trying to. My issue is that I don't like same things, so I try to come up with certain crazy ideas for the videos, and then I never accomplish it because my mind is all over the place. So I kind of blame myself for this because my mindset is this way. But there are a bunch of great content creators who work on their channel and put it in the right direction with just proper mindset of doing same type of content, which most likely I'm not gonna be able to achieve, guys, unfortunately, because I cannot make myself do that for now, at least. That's kind of difficult.
Chad, you
Yes.
hit 500.
All right. Thanks. Thanks
You've
so
got
much.
500.
That's
There
awesome.
you go. Congratulations, Chad.
500.
Guys, we really appreciate you for
There you go.
subscribing
You're
to Chad,
halfway to the money now.
getting him
Yep.
to 500 subs. You're closer, man. You're getting
Take a bow.
close.
Yeah.
Melissa, don't put out Chad outside today. He got to 500 subs,
Yeah.
so he got you guys. You guys can celebrate later on.
Yes. We'll get some cupcakes.
Yeah, there you go. You can cook some food.
Okay. Oh my goodness. You're so
So,
pure-hearted, dear.
Chad,
Thank you. Thank
you
you.
got what time you want to leave at 9 p.m. right?
Yeah, we're a little past is okay.
Okay,
Uh,
so
I got Chris, Easy Pickens, good buddy of mine. He asked me a question recently. How much do I have in my budget for super chats? And I crunched the numbers later. I told him it was about $100 a month. I got $36 a month in memberships, and then the rest is super chats. So I try to give out to everybody and support them.
man, and you've done amazing job. I see you in different, not just YouTube lives. You go to Whatnots also
Oh, yeah.
and support people, which is great, man. I respect a lot of respect if you can, man. Sometimes I feel so bad inside. It kind of turns me over sometimes thinking about it because I'm such a person, guys.
Hey,
Unfortunately, that's my mindset. When someone sends you money for something and how much of hard work they have to do to earn that money and to send it to someone, and it's appreciative, of course. It's great.
yes.
Support, and that person is amazing, but inside, like, I always feel that person's hard. It's hard for them to make money, especially nowadays with all this
Yeah.
craziness going on, and I really appreciate it, man.
Well, you need encouragement. We all do. And let me tell you, I gave Harry Tornado a super chat on his regular video, and he wrote within a few minutes, said, "Thank you so much. This is our first super chat." Because
Nice.
nobody gets them, they got it going on.
That's
Wow.
good, man. You got good-hearted man. Great family, man. I see you guys are like down-to-earth people. Even from your videos, you can tell how you are as a person is. And great family. You guys support each other, do your business together. That's actually this reselling business. That's actually really great. And we've seen guests on our lives that come in, and also with amazing support from the families, and it helps a lot. In my opinion, it's very and also when you come in and show support to other people like you do, Chad, all the time, man, it's amazing, man, and we thank you for that, man. I know that some people, I mean, didn't have probably a chance to thank you, but I'm thanking you for all the things that you have done, and your family, for supporting resellers and content creators. So it's great, man.
Yeah,
We
you're
really
Well,
welcome.
you put out good vibes, it'll come back to you. You
Yeah,
treat others well. Hopefully, cosmos and karma will come back.
yeah,
Exactly. What goes around comes around, man. It is what it is. It's true kind of statement because the way I feel about it is always similar to the guy that you see on the screen right now, guys. Biscuit but Archie. Archie, welcome. Archie is another supporter, amazing supporter, guys. In my opinion, also one of the best. So Archie, welcome. I know that I have some kind of weird accent, so that's normal. Hopefully, I'm not gonna sleep outside today, man. That's an old European term. Let's see if I missed anyone who came in just now, guys. So, Chad, what do you think in terms of reselling in the future? Do you like to try eventually to do any live selling, like Whatnot or any other platforms that will do live selling? Maybe eBay will do it soon.
yeah. I've seen that on eBay. No, I'm just gonna stick to what I'm doing, what I'm used to, and try to master it. I got a
Yep.
dad joke if you want to hear it.
Let's do that joke
Okay.
before Chad leaves today, guys, because he's best on YouTube.
I try. Why was the CEO of the leading prosthetics company arrested? It came out that he was involved in international arms dealing.
Oh my
That was
God.
a little bit, yeah. The arms
Wah,
arms
wah,
probably
wah.
ended up.
There you go.
Let's do another one. Let's do another one, Chad. You're the best, man. The chicken has spoken.
I got one more, but it's not that great.
It's okay, man. We're gonna take all the jokes today.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
you can beat the other one hands down. Oh,
HR.
yeah.
What's your biggest weakness? Interviews, And besides that, follow-up questions is their biggest weakness.
Wow, that's actually even better, man, than the previous one. The
Thanks.
one with prosthetics, the one with prosthetics, we're gonna forgive that person. He probably never gonna find them again. So, what do you do for hobbies, Chad, with your family? What do you like to do, guys, in your small town of Dobson, North Carolina? Is there a lot of places to go to, parks, any lakes, any attractions?
We fish in farm ponds and we camp out and play chess, roast marshmallows, and make s'mores.
That's cool. That's what I like, actually. That's why I want to move somewhere to farmland, because that's
Yeah,
kind of something that's gonna probably bring me some kind of joy in life
yeah,
eventually.
it's private, you know.
Yeah. Because I like down to earth people from places like smaller towns. It's kind of very cool with like nature and a lot of land, and you can put like not farmland but animals and stuff. So it's kind of cool. I like it.
Yeah.
So I would enjoy that actually for my mindset. Because
Woody gave us a super chat.
Yeah,
Woody,
you
man, I
just beat me to
appreciate
saying
you.
it.
Yeah, Woody, we appreciate you, brother. Woody is actually another great supporter of a lot of channels, guys. Woody always comments on my unprofessional shorts and videos. Woody, appreciate it, brother. Keep up
Thank
the
you,
great
Woody.
content. Thank you, Woody. Let me say hello to Angie, perfectly blessed in the house. Angela, welcome. Andy Someta in the house. Andy, welcome. Kathleen Gemple, saying I'm in Cleveland too, and when I go to the regular stores, I already tell the items. See you in the bins. See you in the bins, Kathleen. Say hello to me if you see me. Usually, it's not that difficult not to see me, guys. Let's see who else I missed, guys. If I missed anyone else, I'll get to you when we're gonna be joined by. We're already gonna be joined soon by Anthony and Josh Galt in the house. Josh, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. Josh, how you been, man? He says, "Do you speak Russian, Chad?
No,
You want to learn how to speak Russian?"
no, I can do the accent though.
See, Chad knows how to do accent. See, Josh Gal says, "Добрый вечер всем," meaning good evening, everyone.
Yes, I
Okay.
watched Bullwinkle. You know.
Now,
Oh,
Bullwinkle had a great accent, man, in my opinion. So he was one of the best.
Hello,
Uh,
meet my dog Sasha.
I get called Natasha all the time.
Oh no,
Boris and Natasha.
yeah, Boris and
that's
Natasha.
funny.
Boris and Natasha were actually very good personalities, in my opinion.
Yes.
One of the best guys. So Chad, before you leave, what is your advice for someone who is trying their YouTube, how like YouTube journey in this magical world? What kind of recommendation would you say for someone who is trying to do YouTube, in your opinion, from what you have learned so far?
Just put out as many videos as you can to get in the algorithm.
And try to do same type of content, guys, also.
Yeah.
If you can.
Yep. It takes you 2 years. It's 2 years, you know, to get some traction.
And your wife is saying that you guys have family in Cleveland.
She
So,
does.
so if you guys ever need to stop by in Cleveland, let me know. We're gonna
Okay.
go. We're gonna go sourcing together. Reach out to me. We're gonna exchange phone numbers. I'm not shying away. Even Max has been calling me nonstop nowadays.
Yeah,
Anthony, everyone
but
is
everybody
calling me.
has to feed you. They have to feed you. That's the admission to, fee to hang out with Roman.
No, no.
I don't need fed.
Next time we're not gonna eat anything.
Well, that makes for a grumpy Roman.
No, we're gonna go. We're gonna go to my place and get some drinks. That's it, guys. And I'll make some food. If you're gonna come over, I'll make some food. We're gonna drink a little bit, relax,
Opa.
watch Russian movies. That's
Oh, that's a
important.
setup.
That's important. Um, and what else? Before we leave, Chad, what else would you like to promote? Do you have anything coming out specific on your channel in upcoming days, or any type of thing that you have going on with anything with maybe lives that you? I know you tried to do a live one time already,
Yeah.
and Do you plan to continue with doing lives?
Yes, I believe I would like to do one a week. Other than that, everything's going to stay the same. I like this right here. It's fun.
Yes, that's actually cool. Magic, guys. That's magical world of Chad and Wolfman's goodies.
Yes.
So, but Chad, once again, we really appreciate you, man, for joining us today, and it was really fun. We will have you back hopefully soon, if you agree to join our Unprofessional Life again. A lot of people say no after their horrible experience with us. So, but we really appreciate you, man, and your family. Good luck with everything, man. You're doing an amazing job, and you're a great supporter. Thank you for everything that you've done with supporting community, man, and good
Yes.
luck and health to your family and your mom. And you're a great son, man.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me on here.
All right, man.
Well,
Good
we're
luck to
glad to
you.
have you. It's nice to finally put a face in here to the name, as I think it might have been Jill said that. And
Yep.
it's true, because you're always supporting everyone, and your warmth comes across so much just in chats. It's better to hear you personally speak to us, and we appreciate you coming to share that.
Thank you so much. It was fun.
Yeah, hopefully we didn't joke around too much, but you made all the jokes, Chad. So it was fun, man. Well, you made so many good jokes that now I'm kind of feel I'm outcasted from here forever.
All right. Thank
All
you
right,
so
man.
much.
We'll see you in the lives, man. Take care and have a great rest of your weekend with your family and your mom.
Go enjoy your cupcakes and celebrate your 500.
Thank you so much.
Celebrate. Congrats on 500.
Good work.
Yes.
Good job. Take care.
See you later.
See ya.
Bye, Chad.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, guys, and we're gonna have two more
Yes.
guests coming in. You guys are familiar with Anthony, Dragon Masters Finds, and you're familiar with maybe, I'm not sure, with J Philly Retro. If you guys are not familiar, and your name is James, right? Yeah.
Yep, that is me.
So James, welcome to our live, and Anthony.
Thank you.
Anthony joined us before.
I feel bad I didn't come prepared with any dad jokes. So,
man, that's okay. No, we cannot. We cannot joke
Right.
around anymore. We cannot joke around anymore. And Anthony has been joining us, guys, before. Dragon Masters Finds, very professional YouTube content creator, by the way. Everyone is more
talking about
professional than
Anthony.
me.
Yeah, I was like, me?
Yeah, Anthony.
Are you sure, Roman?
Man, I don't know.
Roman, you can let down this blowing smoke. It's Anthony, for the love of God.
It's okay. It's okay. On our live, guys, everyone has a professional YouTube channel, so it doesn't matter. Like I said before, if you don't have any subscribers or you have like a billion, you have good channel. So, Anthony, tell us, how did you end up on our live again?
Well, I wanted to introduce everybody here to James. James. Sorry, phone was ringing. James is a good friend of mine. I've been on a handful of his videos. Me and him kind of hit it off, and I want to get him over the 1,000 subscriber hump. He is right on the brink of it. I think you were 16 away when I checked earlier.
16, 17, something like that.
So I wanted to introduce everybody to James. James has a great channel, and he's not as much of a reseller as most of us. But thanks to my terrible influence, he does a little bit of reselling on the side.
There's your words.
So, James, you actually came to the right life, man. We're actually not resellers.
Well, look at me.
Well, then what the hell's all this stuff sitting around?
Right?
Yeah, nobody on our live, man, does any type of reselling. I don't even know what the hell we're doing here. What type of things we do in life.
We're hoarders in disguise. That's it.
We don't do any reselling, man. So, James, what is your exactly spell? How do you spell your YouTube channel? Is it J Philly Retro or is it like James?
Just J Philly Retro Toys.
Oh, Retro Toys. Yeah. So I was actually trying to see why. Okay, here you go. I'm subscribed to you. So I actually was thinking it's just J Philly Retro without toys. So, guys, here's James' link to his YouTube channel. He currently has 984 subscribers. So, guys, he is very close to 1,000. So let's try to help him out also and get him to 1,000. So we're gonna have a lot of celebrations today on our live, guys, which is very unusual. Very unusual for our channel. for our life to have any type of celebrations. But James, and you, how do you know Anthony? Because I didn't talk to you before.
Yeah, I met Anthony about a year ago. I think last summer. Anthony, I think he was a subscriber of my channel, and he was local. So he actually sent me a message on YouTube or on Instagram or something, and just introduced himself. Said, "Hey man, I watch your channel. I live locally to you. You want to go thrifting sometime?" So I was like, "Sure, why not? I'm always up for that." And I think it was last summer we met up for the first time in person at a yard sale. And then we just went from there. There he is. We just kind of hit it off. We became good friends and started hanging out more and more often and going thrifting together. And then I asked him if it was okay to put him into some of my YouTube videos, and then he started his own channel. And so yeah, we just been kind of hanging out for the last year, going thrifting, going yard sailing, taking road trips, stuff like that. He's a cool dude.
It was definitely one of my earlier on friendships through YouTube. Like even before meeting you guys, when I came to Cleveland and stuff, me and James had gotten together, and yeah, it was just like you said. Like somehow, the algorithm pushed him out to me, and I noticed he was like, "Oh, I'm shopping at the Norristown Goodwill," and I'm like, "I live near Norristown," and so just subbed and started watching them, and then reached out. And James is a great guy, though.
That's good. That's actually good friendship, guys. It's a good thing that you kind of live close to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys go together sometimes to source, or you you source separately?
Oh, we do both.
Separately,
We every once in a while, probably like once or twice a month, maybe we get
once
together,
or twice a month, give or take.
hit up the bins sometimes, go to like different thrift stores and, like I said, yard sales, flea markets, stuff like that.
I've got a bad habit of when James puts out a video that I'm not in, I'll screenshot him stuff that he misses.
Yeah. He does it all the time. He'll say, "Dude, there was I usually, of course, look for toys. That's my thing. So I'm always looking at for vintage toys. I love 70s, 80s, 90s toys. A lot, like he said, a lot of the time I'm looking for stuff for myself. I'm just starting to, get into reselling a little bit more. But still, toys are the main thing that I look for my own collection and to resell. So a lot of times, like you said, he'll send me screenshots. "Dude, you missed this freaking, baby Einstein turtle that I've told you about 12 times. Why haven't you picked this up yet?" And so I finally started picking them up. So
Man, that's good, especially if you're familiar. So you mostly do toys, right? Retro toys or any toys?
Oh yeah. I collect personally mostly vintage toys, but I do some modern stuff as well.
So how did you get into this reselling on YouTube? Did you start reselling first and then YouTube, or you started both?
No, I started doing YouTube first. I just did a channel where, I figured, I was going to thrift stores and things all the time, looking for cheap ways to add to my own collection. And I started seeing other YouTubers and things, toy collectors, making videos going to thrift stores and going to flea markets. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. I could probably do that since I'm doing this already. I could just start making my own videos. So I started just recording when I would go out. And it was about the time I probably did YouTube for, I don't know, 3 or 4 months before I met Anthony. Excuse me. And it was about the time that I met him when, like he said, his bad influence started kind of got me bit with the reseller bug.
Bad influence, man. That's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Anthony, why did you put out so much bad influence, man?
I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I resell. So I got to push that influence off on somebody.
See, that's the thing. Sometimes when you don't drink and don't do any drugs, you have nothing better to do.
Right.
Exactly. I gotta spend my money uselessly on something.
some kind of fun. At least, man, you have to have some kind of fun in life. So you have to push some kind of bad influence on
Yep.
someone.
Exactly.
So how your channel was specifically made for reselling, or you decided to just do like find like whatever you find in terms of toys that you find and just talk about the toys, or you do that like what's sold and
Yeah, no, it was when I made the channel, I specifically made it just for myself going out and finding toys to add to my own collection. So like I said, I did that type of content for several months. But now I do both. I do like, if I find cool things at the thrift store or at a yard sale or something, I buy things for both myself and to resell. So, that kind of, it's kind of a mixture of both.
interesting. It's very
Yeah.
interesting concept. Let me say hello to some people who joined us. And once again, guys, thanks for joining us, everyone, today. Whoever coming in and who was in the chat originally today from the start, I really appreciate you guys all stopping by and supporting us. Let me say hi to Harry Hamstone in the house, Friends Romans in Countryman as usual. Blink House the Blinks. Actually, that was a while ago, so I'm way behind as usual, guys. So I apologize. Maybe Repicker is here. Says each platform has its own buyers as well. Like some eBay stuff would sell better on Poshmark, and what sells better on Posh may do better on Mercari. Yeah, that's true. Some of the stuff that can sell better on other platforms can do better, and like at other places, even live selling. Do you do whatnot, James?
I do.
And what is
Yeah.
your whatnot? If you guys want to follow James, because I can follow you also. What is your whatnot account name?
It's the same as my YouTube, J
YouTube.
Philly
Okay.
Retro Toys.
Okay. Let me follow you also, guys. So J Philly, guys, here you go. I just followed you. So here's his link to his whatnot. So guys, if you can support him on whatnot also, and how often do you do your shows? Wow, you got a lot of
Not
followers, man.
not as often as I like to. Yeah, I haven't done one in a couple months. I'm gonna try to, like, going forward, maybe like start at the beginning of summer. Try to do at least once every couple weeks. But just with other stuff going on, I haven't been able to do that yet. But I'm hoping to start doing more.
You got 830 followers on whatnot. That's good,
Yeah.
man. 145 reviews. So you already have 466 items sold. So
Yep.
that's good. So you got experience on whatnot. Anthony, you have to catch up, man.
I do have to catch up, right? We've talked about this, man. I hate doing the whatnots, man. It's such a grind. It's such a grind, and sometimes when it doesn't pay off, I'm like, no.
Man, I know, and we talked with Anthony on the phone about it, and it is difficult, guys. It's not
It is
easy.
tough.
It's not easy, guys, as it seems. Believe me, I see a lot of kind of situations where you can tell the person is really tired by just watching certain shows, because they're gonna have to talk for a certain amount of time and show stuff and follow chat and say do giveaways. It's a lot of work, guys. It's not as easy as it seems, especially if you do it alone by yourself without any help. It's more complicated even. Like
I complain to my wife every time I get off of a YouTube live. My wife gets probably tired of hearing me complain. I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. That took so much effort. She's like, you just sat there and talk. I'm like, yeah, but I'm talking to myself basically, like, for hours, and you're just like,
man, it's complicated.
It's
believe me, especially like when you source, for example, that same day, and you find stuff, you have to like, you have to. If you do it, that's what I'm saying. Like Anthony has done shows also by himself, where you have to put that stuff on whatnot. You have to see, like, set the prices for auctions. Then you have to like start the show, schedule it, show the stuff, do giveaways, and then do it again. So talk about the items that you're selling, follow the chat, and for someone who does it by himself, it's not that easy. If you have help, it's more kind of easier, because you can have someone give you stuff. You don't have to reach for it. You don't have to leave like with a camera and go somewhere. So it's kind of it's complicated. So, but Anthony and you guys, props to you. You've done whatnot. I haven't done it yet. I'm planning, but it's props to people.
Anthony does a really good job too. You've only done what, like a handful of whatnot live streams so far.
Yeah, so I did 4 the first week, 3 the second week, and then I've done like once a
Yeah.
week for like
But
for about a
he
month, and then I stopped though for a while. There's
he
too much
caught
stuff
right
going on here.
he caught right on with it, man. He does a really good job.
Yeah, I went to almost all Anthony's show. I think I missed couple, right, Anthony? It
Yeah,
was
I mean,
kind of it happens sometimes in lives, guys.
you're always asleep because you go to the bins every day. So
Man, I'm asleep most of the week, man. Actually, very nice comment from Maya Koyama here, which I also missed. Not just that, but people return stuff and Amazon resells it. I kid you not, once I bought one of those live catch mouse traps and I took it out of the box and it had mouse poop already in it, which is actually not surprising. We talked about Amazon returns. Maya, if you're still here, that is disgusting. And I actually have seen worse type of things from people returning stuff to Amazon and the stuff ends up at Amazon bin store. So that's kind of something
well,
you guys gonna see.
well, I know like going to bins like with James and stuff. James, I think bins are probably, as far as the stuff that you and I do together, I think is probably your least favorite way of sourcing, which is why I try not to. When we go to that one Goodwill bins, I'm like, I flip a coin. I'm like, he doesn't look like he's into it. I'm not even gonna waste his time.
Thankfully, at our and that's true. I'm not a huge bins fan. I never find anything really that I'm interested in at the bins. But like Anthony said, we go together sometimes. Thankfully, they have like couches and stuff at our bin store. I just chill out on the couches while he's digging through stuff.
Yeah, that's and how many interesting vintage toys do you usually find, James, in your bins? Like, say, how
Like
many
next
times?
to none.
in
So
the
you
bins, almost none.
so where do you find that type of stuff that you like to sell? Do you have to do private picks or you do like?
No, I mean, thankfully we have a lot of decent thrift stores in our area, like around the Philadelphia area, in the suburbs and stuff. I don't venture too much into Philadelphia, where I think Anthony tells me there's like freaking amazing thrift stores in Philadelphia itself. I live kind of northwest suburbs and things, so but there are some good thrift stores. I find a lot of vintage toys. Like the other day I was at a thrift store that I actually had sworn off of for a little while because they were dead for a while. There was nothing in them. And I just happened to my motto on my channel is you don't know if you don't go. So I went into the thrift store because I was passing by. I'm like, okay, guys, we're going in here because you don't know if you don't go. And I went in and their glass case was full of Masters of the Universe figures and carrying like the carrying cases for the figures and the big plastic He-Man sword from the early 2000s. And like, so like those type of places around me are where, I mean, I do pretty good with toys like that. Of course, all those were from my own collection. I didn't sell those, but
Do you collect a lot of stuff also?
oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering because I know like people who sell toys usually collect a lot of
Yeah.
stuff.
But I do, I find some pretty decent stuff. Like I said before, I don't really sell too many other things like DVDs, board games, stuff like that. I'll pick up to resell, but mostly toys. And I do find some pretty decent toys to resell too.
Do you have a lot of competition in your area with the stuff that you're looking for? Or you don't
I think
notice?
not that I've really noticed. I mean, I don't get a chance to get out to the same stores. I know like a lot of people that I watch on YouTube, they go to the same stores over and over and over every day or every other day. And I don't really get a chance to get out to those stores, like the same stores every day over and over. So whenever, if I go in and if I see something there and I just happen to pass on it, it might be a week later that I'll get back to that same store. And, it's usually gone by then, but
I think that's what keeps James's content interesting, because you do about between 2 and 3 videos a week, and it's not the same. Like it's the same cluster of stores, but it's not you go to the same 2 or 3 over and over again.
I try to rotate. Yeah.
Episode.
I try to
Like,
rotate. There are different
Yeah.
stores around the area, and so I try to like just do like a rotation of stores,
Good.
weekly.
That's good. And
Yeah.
Woody, reselling with Woody, says Roman has the best channel, always good. Woody, appreciate it, man, very much. Sometimes when I behave properly, maybe someday, with my age, current age, maybe someday I will behave. But I really appreciate the kind words. Woody, I think, has the best channel also. A
I
lot of
paid Woody to say that.
yeah, Woody, thanks, man, appreciate it. James, you also have a good channel.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah,
And my channel is lacking because I upload a video every 3 to 4 weeks.
that's no man. That's actually kind of normal situation, Anthony.
At
That's kind of
someday in the future, it'll get more consistent. I swear to God. It's just not today.
man. I'm telling you, it's so hard in this. Do you are you monetized, James, or not yet? Like, do you have watch hours?
Oh yeah, I have. I actually just checked. One of my other friends just asked me about my watch hours. Surprisingly, I have over 13,000 watch hours. In the last 365 days. So
That's good. So
Well, you
yeah,
need 11 more subs. You're at 989.
And then
cool.
you start cashing in them
Thank you,
YouTube
guys.
paychecks.
What's that?
you're getting guys
Start
or not,
start
guys? Lost
cashing in them
internet for a
YouTube
second.
paychecks soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you're gonna start making a lot of money on YouTube, James, eventually. Like
That would be nice.
dollar a month, it's gonna be good.
Yeah. Yeah. And, the thing is, I didn't really start off YouTube like with the intention of like doing it to make money. Like I said before, I just kind of did it as a hobby. I saw other channels that were doing similar things to what I enjoyed, and I was just like, oh, that looks kind of fun. So, but about halfway through, once I reached, 3, 4, 500, I'm like, yeah, maybe I could actually do something with this. And Anthony has been a big help to me, like mentioning me on live streams and telling other friends about me on his channel and stuff like that. So I appreciate you guys having me on here as well.
Man, no problem. That's what we're about, man. I said to Lisa, we're gonna be always a channel where we're gonna, promote channels and help out smaller channels. Doesn't matter, man. For us, it's important that people who are trying their best on YouTube or like with reselling or any type of not just reselling. We can have other types of guests, guys. I mean, it's gonna be fun kind of situation where people from different types of walks of life will come in and talk about their ventures and stuff like that. So it's always interesting to talk to people. And, sometimes what I told Chet today, like with his great support to the community and, helping out people all the time, it shows, he's trying his best also with his YouTube channel. And unfortunately, it's a difficult type of thing on YouTube. It's not that easy to actually currently have your channel grow very fast like it used to be.
Yeah.
But I mean, everyone is trying their best, and a lot of respect for people who are doing it. I mean, it's not an easy thing to do. So I applaud you guys for doing your things that you need to do to support your families. It's important, and with your channels. So we're gonna bring people in. It's not we're not gonna shy away, guys, from anyone. So, but guys, yeah. So I put once again, I'll put the channel link for James in the chat. So if you're just coming in, we really appreciate you guys, and if you subscribe to his channel to get him to 1,000 subscribers. That will be cool, guys. Really appreciate it in advance. And let's try to get Anthony to 1,000 subscribers, guys. Anthony is currently at
We're
212.
Yeah, I was like we were a bit away from that.
Guys, let's get Anthony also to 1,000 subscribers today. With the
Well,
help.
the bad part is I've been around the community so long that everybody that comes into your show, that is here right now, that comes into Shane's show and stuff like that. I'm like, they already know me. They're already subscribed.
Yeah, man, because we're kind of going around. You know what's important, which actually is true in reality, and James, you probably also realize that, is that, when you're trying to build a channel with realizations that you kind of doing all the things that you can, all the things that you possibly can do for your channel to grow it, and you kind of go into different lives and support other lives and support watch other people's videos, and you eventually, hopefully, the channel will grow more. And as of right now, for us, like Anthony was saying, we're kind of going around, we're trying to support each other, and eventually, if someone's channel grows big and they will get a bunch of subscribers, it's great for them, but they're
Yeah.
gonna have to put a lot of work into it. It's not like something that you put out. Like I do a lot of shorts, which I kind of fun for me to do because I like it, and that's why, like, you rely on certain things. You're gonna get subscribers from doing shorts, but eventually, if you're gonna do either shorts or you're gonna do some kind of long term content, like, well, I mean, not long term, like I
Long
would
form.
say, yeah, long form. That actually kind of different for people who like to watch shorts or for people who like to watch long form. So you probably may lose those subscribers that you have on your shorts if you're gonna stick with long form. So that's basically how YouTube algorithm kind of works in a way where you can get a bunch of subs from doing just shorts, but
Yeah.
eventually, if you wanna stick to long form, those particular subs you may lose them. So it is kind of YouTube game how it's done. But like I said, it's kind of interesting how YouTube does things currently because of there are so many different content creators with same type of thing that it's hard to get ahead nowadays compared to when it
Hmm.
was 5 years ago. So that's
Right.
kind of a
So,
little bit different.
so
So
Andy down here, I'm responding to Andy. Is that so? You guys are the ones that are responsible for creating the actual monster.
man, it's actually, yeah, that's actually, it is true. I mean, everyone is trying to see, nobody can kind of know specifically how YouTube algorithm will work on specific video. Maybe like some kind of bad video with a bad thumbnail, and all of a sudden it can like blow up. You never know, and
Well,
that's
the
it.
only reason James hasn't blown up completely yet is that he's such a positive guy. He doesn't have that drama coming in that draws people into watching videos. But
Yeah,
it's
I'm
that's
funny.
drama free.
He's drama free, but it's funny because there was that the video where we were together when we got stuck in the elevator. Whatever your
Oh yeah.
title was, I was like, that video has a ton of views on it because it sounds negative. It's like, oh my god,
Yeah.
this killer day or whatever. Like
Yeah,
whatever
I,
you
s-
call
I
it.
said it was like something like I found vintage toys and trauma at the Goodwill or something like that. We
That sounds
actually,
about right.
yeah, we actually went to this Goodwill that was like way out in like Lancaster County, like Amish country, Pennsylvania. And it was a two-story Goodwill. It was like a basement where they had like all their toys and their media and all that stuff. And the clothes were on the top floor. So we headed straight for the bottom floor. But I looked over and I saw a little like what was it, like a little cargo elevator or
Your
something
cargo elevator.
to
Yeah.
the side. And so I was like, I might as well take the elevator because I didn't know where the stairs were. My son was like, Dad, what are you doing? I said, I'm going in the elevator. So Anthony happened to be right there. So we all three piled into this elevator. We went down to the second floor and we couldn't get out. Like we got stuck in the elevator. The door wouldn't open and like there was nobody around. There was like a little window, like a slot window in the elevator. We're looking around. There's nobody around. We're pounding on the door and we were stuck in there for like 10 minutes or something before somebody noticed that somebody was pounding on the elevator door.
Man, that's scary stuff, man. Sometimes I know what you're talking about. I was actually, it's not as bad, guys. Believe me, as when I was growing up back in Soviet Union, when there were like really bad elevators, man, old school, and if they get stuck, man, it's a death trap.
Yeah.
You gonna, man,
I
they were small on the inside. You're gonna get like
This was a very small elevator and I was like we were all three just like almost shoulder to shoulder. It was so small and I was almost like having a panic, like in real life having a panic attack. My son was like trying to calm me down, Anthony was trying to calm me down, and I was like about to go nuts, just like Hulk, like Incredible Hulk that thing and bust through there. But
man, don't try to bust through there. You're gonna kill
Right.
everyone.
I felt bad because like you were having the panic attack. We're trying to keep you calm. When we got out, Steven, James's son Steven goes like, "Are you okay?" Like to me, and I'm like, "I'm fine. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me like it bothers your dad."
No, y'all needed a woman in there to scream. There you would have went.
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
Get you out of there quick.
that has happened back. Like I said, the elevators here at least are serviced, serviced and taken care of sometimes, in my opinion, depending, of
Well,
course, on the area. But
when we got out, the Goodwill employee that finally rescued us, he was like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "You guys must have exceeded the weight limit." I'm like, "Gee, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
that
Thanks a
was
lot, dude.
Oh,
I appreciate it."
honest employee, man.
Right,
wow.
Like, Jesus, lie to me, will you?
right.
Man,
I'm
that
glad I wasn't there.
Yeah. I mean, you could have said, "Man, we've been having trouble with that thing for weeks," but he's like, "No, you're too fat to be in there, man."
man, you guys survived. That's good. You survived. That was elevator. You survived elevator attack.
Elevator attack.
Man, I'm telling you, it's like nothing to compare. If you would have seen, because I was a little kid back when I was growing up in the Soviet Union, man, and like when I was 7, the elevators there, man, they were made during like World War II. So like the elevators were like never serviced, and if you're gonna get stuck, but they had to call in like I don't know, it used to be like specific crew that had to go on top of the elevator and try to do something at the top through the roof, and they had to like fix it somehow so they can bring it down because it was really bad, man. If it would have torn the wire that goes at the top of the elevator that
Yeah.
pulls it up and down. If it would have gotten damaged, man, that's it. You're dead. In a
Oh
second,
man.
man, it drops and that's it. It's over. It's worse than being on a roller coaster.
And I mean, that's like, to be honest with you, that's like one of my recurring nightmares that I've had for years and years, is like being stuck and trapped in falling elevators. So like now, since that happened, I'm just like traumatized forever.
Yeah, so we're never going back to that Goodwill.
We're never going back to that Goodwill again.
No more Goodwill guys. And actually, Maya was saying, Maya Koyama saying that she doesn't go to retail Goodwill anymore because they're overpriced. I rarely go, like very rarely. Like I would come in because I have one Goodwill basically like 2 minutes away from me, so like I can walk there. I just even to that Goodwill I choose not to go because it's overpriced, and it's like 2 minutes away from me. Like I can walk five. Takes me 5 minutes to get there, walking. So like I just choose not to recently because I've been going to the Goodwill bins a lot, and there is like nothing you're gonna find that is gonna be priced. Like very rarely you're gonna find, like the only thing I found some plush, which actually was not priced up because it's plush, and and some like toys. That's it. Everything else is like through the roof.
That's
Yeah.
it's funny speaking about that trip. Like, we went to we had to go to what, like 8 or 9 different thrift
It was
stores
a
that day.
lot. Yeah. Yeah.
When we went on that trip, that stuff is still in my what I call my mobile death pile, the trunk of my car. I haven't even gone through it yet. I was like, I know there's a Furby in there. The batteries are probably corroding as we speak.
Yeah. That was like a couple months ago, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, next time, James, you can come over here to Cleveland, and Anthony will take you to our Goodwill bins.
Well, I actually, my family lives in Columbus, so I make trips back and forth from Philadelphia area to Columbus all the time. So
Oh, that's good. Actually, close because I'm planning. Actually, if Ken and Jill are still here, I'm planning to go to their bins in about probably in 2 weeks to Marion. So if you guys are still here, I'll reach out to you on Instagram so we can hang out at your Marion Goodwill bins because I've seen some. By the way, guys, there is if you are still here, Ken and Jill, there is a YouTube content creator from I don't know if she's from Marion or Columbus, but she constantly makes YouTube videos from the Marion Bean store, and I haven't seen her in any live. She probably just does YouTube like without going to anyone's lives, just a regular content creator that does reselling, and she does a lot of videos from the Marion Goodwill bins. So it's kind of I subscribe to her actually because I think all her videos are from there. So I don't know if you guys seen her. So if you've seen
One
her,
of
put it in the chat, guys.
one of James's most recent videos, I think, is an interesting video where he shows you how his parents go thrifting for him in Columbus, and then he shows you how they communicate back and forth so that they pick up items for him and send them to Philly to for his collection or for his reselling. And I was like, that's a really interesting idea, something to do.
James needs 9 more.
Yeah, guys.
9 away, guys.
Guys, James is getting closer. Eventually, when he gets to 1,000, he will open bottle of whiskey, right on the line, and drink from the bottle. Let me say hello to our favorite content creator, Todd, Silver Hair Stacker. Todd, welcome. Guys, Todd actually put out a very cool video, which I watched this week, which was very good. So, Todd, appreciate your content creation with your interesting good finds from the auction. So, guys, if you check it out, if you haven't, Silver Hair Stacker, Todd is a very cool guy. He took his desk with him to the auction pickup, and also he took his hands. So he has 3 people usually that travel with him, guys. The desk and hands.
I know James does not know about that. He's going, okay.
James is confused right now. He's like, who are those people? James, we have to try to teach you, man, that it's important to be subscribed to a lot of content creators today. So I'm putting their channels in. So if you're not subscribed to them, man, please subscribe.
I'll make sure I go through and subscribe.
Everyone will appreciate it, man. Believe me.
Will do.
Mine's not in there, Roman.
Even Todd. Even Todd. And subscribe to Anthony also, because he was complaining yesterday. He said James is not subscribed to me.
I've been subscribed to Anthony forever.
James is like on the top of the list.
Yeah, that's important, because everyone is trying to get to that mark, man. Eventually, I mean, when we get all to the even me, guys, I got to that mark with all the help from everyone.
I subscribed to you today.
Man, I appreciate it, James. Yep. It really means a lot, man. It's hard for me to get subscribers anyway. Everyone is unsubscribing most of the time. Every day, man, I lose 1,000 subscribers, man, and then I start from zero.
I could have gotten to 1,000 like 10, probably 50 times by now, except I get a little and I lose a little, and I get a couple more and I lose a few more, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
man, it happens all the time. I mean, that's kind of situation. It's always going to be happening, unless your channel blows up, hopefully, like everyone is hoping up that will happen to their channel, and then you're gonna have to still continue making videos. I think if you chose, in my opinion, do you agree with that, James? If you chose the road where you want to stick around and try to make your income at least somehow from YouTube eventually, you're gonna have to keep doing it on YouTube. I mean, unless you decide it's like not necessary, I don't know how else.
I definitely agree.
I mean, when I looked at it, like I think, like, with you getting close to hitting 1,000 and already having the watch hours, I feel like you get about on an average, let's say, because you do 3 videos a week, about 2,000 plus views per week. I was like, that's got to eventually even out to at least a little bit of money on the YouTube side. 2,000 views a week. I mean, there's the crazy ones that get 100,000 views per video, but we'll get there eventually.
Yeah, man. It's, like I said, it has to be like very consistent type of like videos has to be put out consistently, similar content, good thumbnails that will kind of eventually probably get recognized somehow by YouTube algorithm to start pushing your content out. That's comes with hard work, man. It's not an easy task for someone who is dabbling kind of in trying to just put out hobby videos like me, because I'm kind of, not in a way that I'm not trying, I'm trying, but I mean, it's not that like with my mindset, like I said, it's more complicated because of how my mind works on what I want to make, and it doesn't let me properly do stuff. but that's okay, man. Everyone has this kind of thing going on,
Well, I think like James's content is consistent, and it's also really impressive to me because he does all of his editing, recording everything just straight from his phone.
Yep.
Do you? Oh,
Thumbnails,
really?
everything.
What kind of editing software do you use, James?
Just some free app that I found.
Is it like
That one.
Yeah, I have. Let me see if I can find what it's called. I don't even know.
CapCut.
CapCut? Yeah, I'm actually familiar
Yeah.
with it. I have
Yep.
it. I have it. I didn't make anything with it. I have it on my phone, but I actually don't use it because I use my computer for everything. It's like
Yeah, I did. I do all my videos, my intro, my editing, everything on my phone. For me, it's easier. Like I actually just record in clips. Like I'll record a minute or two of a clip, and then I'll turn the camera off, and then I'll start it back up and then I just kind of condense them all together to make my videos. So I don't like make one long video and then edit piece by piece, chop things up and take things out. I just record little clips and then I consolidate them all together. So
yeah,
it's
that's
easier that way for me.
and you got used to it already. So on the phone,
Yeah.
right? You just got used to CapCut, and you're just doing it this way. So it's good. If you
Yep.
learn it and do it consistently, you're gonna get better at it, which is good. And like I said, that's more for me. For some reason, it's much more complicated to do on the phone. I cannot like I have to do it on a computer or laptop.
Yeah.
But I cannot do it. I just some like Instagram stuff I can, but like with videos, I tried it. I may try it again. I just kind of I don't know. It's easier for me to do it on a computer for some reason, you know.
Yeah.
So, but let me say hello to Keith Vintage Sports Flips, also from your area, guys, from Philadelphia area. If you guys not following him, subscribe to Keith. James also, he's very good with sports memorabilia, vintage
Oh, okay.
sports stuff, and he's very knowledgeable at it. So, and he's kind of niche down, which is great to stuff that I actually love that stuff. If I eventually will niche down, if I will learn more about it, I'll go into the route into sports stuff because I like sports. So that's kind of thing for me. And let me say hello to Tamra. Tamra, welcome. Tamra Lynn. Appreciate you guys stopping by once again. And if you're just stopping by, we got Anthony, Dragon Master Finds, and James, J. Philly Retro Toys. Do you have anyone complain, James, that your channel name is too big to remember?
No one has actually complained that it's too big, but a lot of people just shorten it like automatically. They like when they're mentioning me in their videos or something, they just call me J Philly Retro or J Philly. But no one's actually like complained to me about it.
That's actually that because sometimes that's what I was trying to when we actually started when you guys joined. I was like I thought it was J Philly Retro without toys.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. A lot of people do that.
Yeah, that's why like I was thinking my mindset was just J Philly Retro, but then when
I actually just redid my intro, like little intro snippet, and like I just put J Philly Retro on the intro now. So I guess I'm just J Philly Retro now.
It's good, man. I mean,
whatever works in the algorithm.
Man, whatever
Yeah.
works for you, man. And if you're satisfied, it's props to you because everyone has their own channel names they want to stick around with. If they want to change them in the future, that's fine. I mean, it's your business, man. So you can do whatever you want with your channel, man. You know. And how? What about listing stuff? You do most of the listings also on your phone, correct? You don't since you do editing on your phone. You also do listings.
I would say probably 90% of the listings I do on my phone. Yeah.
So that's Anthony. You also do listings on your phone, right? Mostly.
I exclusively do everything on my phone. With the exception of my video editing, I switch back and forth between my phone and my computer.
Yeah, see, I'm old school, guys. I do everything on the computer still.
I'm slow enough on the phone. I can't imagine how slow I'd be on the computer.
Well, I mean, it's kind of a preference. I mean, sometimes it's easier, but if you learn it on the phone, it will be easier sometimes. Some people say that it's much more easier to list on the phone than computer. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it, but it's possible that they're right. I mean, I don't know, but for now, for me, as I am, it's kind of more easier for me to list on a computer or laptop.
You'd have to get bifocals, Roman. It's too tiny.
Yeah, that I'm gonna have to wear very big glasses, guys. That's to see something, you know.
Coke bottles.
Yeah, let me say hello to ABC Matt in the house. Matt, welcome. What's up, guys and girls? can stay long cooking some chicken. That's good, man. Chicken is good right now. So, Anthony, do you do you have same knowledge as James with toys, or did he teach you about toys?
No, James definitely knows a lot more about toys, especially like vintage stuff. And it's funny because like when I spot something in one of his videos, it generally tends to be something that's newer that he wouldn't know about, and
Yeah.
then I'll screenshot him and send him like a comp or something for it. I don't also have this thing, so like for me, as far as retro toys, like my retro is late '90s, early 2000s, which is a different reference point than James's.
Oh man, come on, man.
Oh, come
So
on.
like,
Tell us the truth, man. Come on.
so like
I'm the old man here.
2003 is retro to me. So, but no, like I like the stuff. I like seeing what James finds. I like learning about it, which is why I like watching his channel. And then I like busting his balls and telling him, look at this $50 Funko Pop you missed out on.
Man, that happens all the time to all types of resellers, guys. Some people who are even niche down to certain things, they miss a lot of things. I notice it constantly with t-shirt bros, vintage kids. They miss a lot of stuff because they're kind of trying to go fast. They don't like try to concentrate on digging. They're just moving like fast, like they're gonna throw stuff around, move from bin to bin fast. They don't know, don't take their time. And then if you take your time to dig, you're gonna find good stuff actually. So
Well,
With me, it
yeah.
was what he was referring to. Last weekend, I went to some yard sales, and I couldn't. It wasn't so much that I didn't take the time to look it up, because I do usually try to, comp things out while I'm looking around. But when you're at a yard sale and the person is like standing right over you, like hovering over you, and you're trying to dig through like a box of toys and stuff, I felt weird, like pulling out my phone, and looking up this Funko Pop that I saw. So I just put it back in the box, and then like a little while later, Anthony's like, dude, that was a $50 blue meanie Beatles Funko Pop that you just put in the box. And I'm like, oh man.
man, I'm
But I
telling
mean,
you, that's what happens constantly, even to me
Yep.
all the time. Like I would go,
yeah.
I would,
I just find it fun. I just find it fun because I like getting James's reactions. Like, God damn it, I should have picked.
man, that,
But James could tell you, like, when we go out, it's funny because like I don't record. Honestly, I don't record most of the time that you and I go out. I happen to be
Yeah.
in your videos, but I'm not recording my own just because
Right.
it takes me too long to edit videos together. So I'll be going and looking for my stuff to resell, and James will be done in 15 minutes, and I'm thoroughly looking at every single thing in the thrift store. So he can tell you, like, it's not so much that I have a broad knowledge base of everything that I sell, it's that I look up every damn thing in the store.
man, but that's what happens because if you wanna actually concentrate and find something really decent, I mean, if you're gonna concentrate on looking carefully, you're gonna find it. I mean, it's because sometimes you come in and you kind of, if especially with someone who's like me, like everything seller, I actually my attention goes to a lot of things at the same
Mm.
time, and I will miss a lot of things because of that. But people
And
who
the
kind of,
and the
yeah,
funny part too is like how many times I've caught myself like looking something up, and I'm looking at the sell through rate of the item and all that, and I'm like, I've looked this up before. I know it's bad, but yet I can't help myself by looking it up again because I'm here and I found it and I can't. But there's so many things I've seen that it's like I don't remember every single thing. Like there's the handful of things I do remember that I don't even have to look at. I can just go, I know that I'm gonna buy it, but those items are so few and far between for me. But like with James just finds stuff that he likes, and I think that's what I enjoy watching about his stuff and hanging out with him, and like
James,
seeing him get excited about stuff.
James, are you wearing those or gaming headsets or headphones?
Honestly, my son handed me these this morning. I don't know what, I think it is for gaming.
Yeah, that looks like
I
a
just
good.
have like these little earbuds that I usually use, and he's like, "Here, Dad, try this. It'll be much better." I'm like, okay. So
What is
I don't
that?
know what brand they are or anything. He just gave them to me a little while ago.
That's cool, man. Let me say hello to Disgruntled Octopus. Octo, welcome from Australia. Beautiful country of Australia. Thanks for stopping by, man. And Matt, ABC Matt was saying about the glasses. If you're still here, that's for eye strain. You're correct, man. I noticed that you already put it in the chat. So, the stuff behind you, James, is that most stuff that you collect behind you?
Yeah, all this. Yeah, that's all my collection stuff. Masters of the Universe. Got some like vintage like WWE wrestling, WWF wrestling stuff back there. Yeah, just kind of my display stuff.
What about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Do you buy
I have
those?
a few Ninja Turtles. That I wasn't really like when the Ninja Turtles came out. Like I mostly collect things that I watched and liked as a kid. You know, I was probably 12, 13 when Ninja Turtles came out. So I was just getting kind of out of like toy collecting at that time. So I didn't really do a lot of Ninja Turtle collecting as a kid. So I don't really collect a whole lot of them now either, but I have a few.
That's good. And do you plan to do you plan to collect more, or you want to sell eventually?
Oh no,
Some
yeah, I'm it's all I mean, my main goal when I go out thrifting is usually to find stuff for my own collection. And then if I find stuff to resell while I'm out, that's an added bonus, you know. Um,
interesting. Yeah, that's
but
actually
yeah,
interesting sometimes when people I know that's like I did the same thing, but eventually something that I tried to collect, I decided I don't do anything with it. It's just collecting dust. So I just decided to list it and sell it. It's just
yeah, yeah.
automatic.
If I find things that are valuable, you know, I'll definitely most of the time pick them up, even if I don't collect them or not, just to resell.
That's actually why a lot of people who sell like video game stuff and toys, vintage toys, and board games and stuff like that, which are action figures. A lot of that stuff is collectible. People try to buy it to collect themselves, and then eventually it just starts to collect that, so they just put it on
Yeah.
eBay or somewhere else, to sell it. And it
But there,
happens all the time.
it's
Even
it's
Mark.
fun. It's funny because it's like me and James go out with the opposite intentions almost, which is really funny because like 99% of the stuff that I buy, I sell, and then James is like 90% of the stuff that he buys, he's buying for himself to keep, and like 10% to sell. But
Yeah.
I've kept like in my entire year and some change now of doing reselling, I've kept like 10 items. And if you could see my house right now, I have thousands and thousands of items. I don't want to keep any of it. If somebody wants to come buy it, come on along.
Although
Man,
I'm getting a pretty good pile of resale stuff now. I've been picking up more and more. It used to be kind of, you know, like you said, like the opposite. I would buy mostly stuff for myself, but I'm actually accumulating a pretty good pile of stuff that I'm just waiting to sell on eBay right now.
man, that's actually true. That's why I like this type of collectible stuff, which sometimes you wanna keep. Eventually, I decide to sell it. So, what about video games, James? Do you sell video games?
I do, yeah. If I find something, the only video games that I usually keep for myself again are like vintage, a lot of like NES console video games, like any kind of Super Nintendo, N64, Sega Genesis, all of those I usually will keep for myself if I find a good deal on them. But anything like PS1 and up, I either give to my son or resell them.
Yeah, that stuff will sell fast, right,
Oh
James?
yeah, yeah.
That is the fastest. Doesn't matter what kind of economy there is. It doesn't matter people buying it. It doesn't matter like this particular category, guys. Video game stuff and consoles, especially vintage ones. I mean, it just doesn't matter. If there
Well,
is a
James,
fast economy, good economy, it still sells.
Yeah.
James can tell you, man. I mean, so the one thrift store he was talking about for the longest time, like I won't shop there anymore. And like if I'm together with James, of course I'll go in because he's going. But there's one that's right by James's house that like I just refuse to shop there because they for the longest time they had a couple Nintendo 64 games in their showcase, and I mean they were like 2-3 times the amount that they were selling for on eBay. and we would go back, every couple weeks,
It
and
became a running
they would
joke.
still be there. And then, so the one time I called the manager over because we go to the same chain of thrift stores further up, and the guy that works at that store is real cool. If I tell him like, "Hey, this has been here for X amount of time, like it's been here for a long time. Do you think you could come up with a price, that we both be happy with?" And he'll work with you. This lady that ran that store was just like, "No, we have a video game expert, and he comes in and he told us that these were all good prices." And I'm like, "You're selling it for twice as much as it goes for on eBay." Like, I'm like, "You're never gonna get rid of it." And I think they were still there up until a few weeks ago.
Yeah, they've been there for months and months.
Some of that stuff, and I noticed even with our regular retail Goodwills, they will place some really bad video games into the case, and they're there for like months because
Yeah, and they're
they
like
price them
$9,
like,
$10.
they price them up so high that they eventually those games end up at the bins.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
They end up, all of them end up at the bins, and I found some today even that ended up at the bins that I picked up for like nothing because they're like weigh like 4 ounces, so you're paying like 20 cents per game.
Well,
Right.
that particular store, I theorize, like like we've had these discussions, and I've heard you talk about it, Roman, or like you're like, do these stores pay attention to us? But there was a time James had gone in and found a whole bag of Transformers not that long ago in the little baggies for a couple bucks a bag, and then he's like, he makes a video. He's like, "Look at all these awesome stuff I found at that same store I'm talking about." And the next time he goes in, now those types of toys are in their showcase.
They're all in the glass case.
Yeah,
That's
man.
actually the same store that I found all those Masters of the Universe and stuff in. They were
Yeah.
all in the glass case then.
And I was
It's good.
like, see, I was like, I think they watch it. I think they watch James's videos and they know.
And you guys have a lot of competition over there in your area, man. There are a bunch of resellers, I think, in Philadelphia area because I mean, even New Jersey and all this, Maryland and New York. I mean, everyone around over there. There was a lot of competition because I know there are a bunch of resellers over there. So it's a good thing that you, James, you're finding some good toys there. See, that's actually kind of, in my opinion, if there were a lot of toy resellers in your area, it would have been much more complicated to find certain.
Yeah, just the luck of the draw. Just happened to walk in there on that day when they put them out.
Yeah, that's why it's important. Even doesn't matter what type of item it is. It depends on when you're gonna go. If they're gonna bring out the cart with stuff right when you come in, and you're gonna get the first dibs on stuff.
I
So
also miss a ton of stuff too. I like when Anthony will go sometimes without me. He'll go to thrift stores, and one day he sent me this photo of probably, what was it, like a couple dozen like mint on card, like vintage early 90s GI Joes that were just covering this back cabinet that they have at this thrift store. And I was like, holy crap, that's like thousands of dollars worth of stuff sitting right there. And they were like
The bad
30
part
or
was they were
40 bucks a
charging
piece though.
thousands.
Yeah.
but that's good. Let me say hello to Big Bro Auctions. Big Bro, welcome. If you're still here, man, appreciate you stopping by. By the way, guys, Big Bro and Lisa, they do YouTube auctions, guys. Lisa, you doing one tomorrow?
No, tomorrow he's going to be with Retro Stephanie. They're doing kind of a variety sale. I'm working with him on Tuesdays.
Okay.
And Tuesdays are ephemera currently. Ephemera and kitties is what he says, but I'm sure and he's going to change it up to puppies and whatever. He likes themes.
Yeah,
But
guys,
thank you for mentioning it.
yeah, guys, subscribe please to Big Bro Auctions, and you're gonna see great auctions, guys, from great auctioneers on YouTube. So Lisa does her auction there with Big Bro and Retro Stephanie. So there you go, guys. If you're gonna join them tomorrow, it's gonna be tomorrow 6 p.m. Right, Lisa?
7.
7
It's 7 on both Sundays and Tuesdays Eastern.
7 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, and it's gonna be on Big Bro's YouTube, right?
Yes.
So, guys, subscribe to Big Bro Auctions, guys, and join their auction. They got
He always
Big
has
Bro,
quality.
a lot of quality collectible items, guys, ephemeral stuff. So it's very cool. Stuff that I like, guys, also. So, and Todd said, "Does Romans have yellow lenses?" or my old eyes messed up. Yes, Todd. I have yellow lenses, man, just for you. Just in case. Let's see if I missed anyone else. Maya actually said that she bought those mouse traps directly from Amazon online. So that's even more disgusting.
Yeah.
If you're gonna buy something from Amazon, guys, not the Amazon Bean store, and it comes in used, that's even more disgusting compared to if you got it. I mean, it's worse, not disgusting. It's worse that if you got an item that is used from Amazon, which is basically Maya. I hope you got your refund right away because in those situations, I think Amazon doesn't even require you to send anything back. They just refund you the money, and I've seen it before. So they're trying to keep their buyers very happy. So they're gonna be, on top of their game, giving everyone refund, even without returning. Did you guys, James? Do you have any issues with eBay uh, shipping? I mean, not like. Do you have any problem lately with your packages not being delivered to buyers by
No,
USPS?
no, not that I know of.
Yeah, because I had like I made two videos about it on my channel, guys. If you haven't watched them, about USPS Ground Advantage, uh, they actually three packages showed that they were delivered, and the buyer said they didn't receive them. And
Oh, wow.
I got a message today about that.
they opened up not received cases, all three of them, and all three of them got closed in my favor. And eBay used to actually, I think, if the buyer complains too much about this whole situation, I think eBay will also refund the buyer. So I don't know how this ended up. I don't care that much because if you have seller protection, they kind of protect you guys still as a seller in those
Yeah,
cases.
I had two today of item not received, and one was just like they're like it's not showing that it moved at all, and I was like I'll look into it, and I'll probably end up sending you a refund. Um, and then I had one that it was like I got an email that says my item was delivered, and then it wasn't, and I think that was the one I was telling you, Alyssa, that the lady was complaining. That I saw she gave me a negative feedback. I think it was the
Yeah,
same
one
same one.
feedback person
Yeah, one
because they
feedback
don't know how
person,
to
and it's my
contact them.
feedback.
You actually, Anthony, you can remove that one. You can go through eBay automatic feedback removal tool, and you're gonna have to explain you have to select other, and there is gonna be options that says out of control, and
No,
you
no, no. She messaged me saying that it said delivered and that she didn't get it. Then the feedback was that the item, it was a part of like a food processor. She complained that it was dirty or something, and I'm like I washed it. I don't know. So it's like her feedback was different than her
oh
complaint.
okay, I got you. So it's not about, it wasn't about delivery, right? It was,
Correct.
I see. Yeah, that's, well, man, that's what you get. Unfortunately, lately, with a lot of buyers, I mean, it's completely different ball game right now, guys. Is that there are
Yeah,
buyers
they're a
are
lot more
not
complainy than
satisfied.
they used to be.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna get more. It's gonna get even worse, I think, eventually, because if they're gonna do the same thing, which they're kind of already doing, like Amazon, because Amazon basically, I think eBay is copied entirely Amazon feedback system, because on Amazon they can post photos of the stuff they bought, and they can actually leave review for the actual item, not the actual buyer but the actual item. If they're not satisfied with how it performs, they can leave basically review saying that's a bad item, and you're gonna get that review also because you're selling it, even though you didn't make it. Unfortunately, so it's like it seems unfair, man, but it's what's
Yeah.
coming. That's what's coming, unfortunately, you know. So, what's the best toy you ever found, James, while sourcing in your eBay career so far?
Um, for
Reselling
eBay,
career. Reselling career.
let's see. Trying to think. You know, Anthony. Anthony knows more about my reselling stuff than I do.
I would
Uh,
just say, I would just pick what's like the favorite thing you've bought to add to your personal collection. I think that's because you do more personal stuff than you do reselling.
Oh well,
Your
for
your
personal,
reselling stuff is probably like board games and stuff.
yeah, I do pretty well on board games. That's for sure. I bought several board games that have sold for 70, $80, something like that. But I don't know, for my personal collection, probably the best thing that I found would be probably a lot of those Masters of the Universe figures. Or I also found at this little thrift store that I go to, I found this huge bag. It was like I couldn't even tell what it was. It looked like a hefty bag, like full of stuff. I took a chance on it, took it home, and it was a complete Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sewer playset.
That was my favorite thing you've ever found.
It was huge, and I got it for $8 at this thrift store. So I actually just gave that to my son. So that wasn't a resale, but that's probably the best thing I've ever found.
How much does it? What's the value of this? Did you ever research it?
Probably like 150, something like that.
What's the most expensive board game you ever sold?
Uh, let's see. There was it was like some kind of I bought this one board game that was, I don't remember what the name of it was, but it was some kind of like a military type board game where it had like a tray, like a translucent tray over top of the game board, and the planes would drop bombs on the different people and different pieces and things like that. I think I sold that for like 75, $80.
I think was it Axis and no, I don't think it's Axis and Allies because Axis and Allies.
No, this was like an older, like from the 70s board game.
It was probably, was it Bookshelf or it was regular, because some Bookshelf games can bring some good values, but I don't think
I think this is just a regular board game. Yeah.
because if you ever find certain Bookshelf, you're probably familiar with Bookshelf games,
Hmm.
vintage ones that they look like a book, and you pull them out and there's like game pieces inside.
Right.
It's kind of interesting concept when they were making them, and you run into them sometimes. There are some that actually are worth really good money, and there are others that are not worth anything. So it's like with any type of item that you resell.
Any category item. This is my board game Bolo.
Yeah,
With
actually, I know
Cranium.
that's actually a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, Cranium Caribou. I just sold one of these the other day. I found two of them, and sold one the other day when I was on Shane's show for $60 plus
Yeah.
shipping.
Was it used or new?
Used. If you find one of those sealed, man, they're well over 100.
I know on Amazon I think they're even more because I
Yeah, I
used to
wish
put them.
that's one thing I wish I could do is Amazon, but I'm too lazy to get into all that, and I'll screw up and get my Amazon account shut down real quick.
Man, Amazon, yeah, I actually was ungated recently in other categories, so it's a good thing. I mean, with games, it depends on brands. I mean, it takes time to get ungated, but
Yeah, you got to keep
eventually,
requesting and stuff.
yeah. Do you sell on Amazon, James?
No, I haven't ever tried to do Amazon yet. Maybe someday.
Because
It's a lot more
Amazon,
complicated, I think, in my opinion.
for his stuff, for toys, it would be like, if you're gonna do FBA, like fulfilled by Amazon, which is where you have to ship it to them. And with board games and all types of action figures, retro, vintage toys, that stuff actually does very good on Amazon also.
Hmm.
Like similar to video game stuff. So I mean, it's more complicated in my opinion in terms of returns, because those types of returns on Amazon, uh, e- every type of thing that you try to kind of fight for the return on Amazon, you're not gonna win much. I mean,
Yeah.
See, I always think of Amazon as like modern stuff. Like I don't buy a lot of modern toys or anything like that at all. So that was my thinking as far as Amazon. That's what I automatically think of as modern toys and games and stuff like that as far as Amazon goes.
yes, they actually the specific categories, not everything. Board games, especially, it doesn't matter if it's new or used, in a collectible condition type of situation, or collectible used or collectible good. Those types of games usually do very good, and I've been ungated on already like bunch of different brands on
Mhm.
Amazon, and I do FBM, so I fulfill by merchant by me, and I actually been selling some even used ones. recently on Amazon. Even though fees are higher on Amazon than eBay,
But the
almost
selling price is a lot higher too.
yeah, selling price is higher, but fees
That's why I
Oh,
like.
there it is. It's okay, James. This happens
yeah
every show, and
Okay,
he'll be back in a second.
no problem.
There's no worries.
also.
Tell him,
But
Anthony.
Yeah, it happens, man.
well,
Sometimes when we
don't
talk
forget.
about games, when we talk
Well,
about games,
don't forget. James is from Ohio too. He knows your shitty Spectrum internet.
Oh yeah,
man,
there you go.
we got the best internet ever.
Yeah.
Big Bro is saying he's coming my way. So, Big Bro, if you're coming my way, man, let me know. And if you're gonna be in Cleveland, we can meet up and go eat somewhere. The
See, there's food.
most important part of meeting, guys, is to eat. There is no sourcing involved, nothing, just eating and talking about food all the time. So, what about comic books, James? Do you like to sell what Anthony likes? Comic books?
I mean, I like looking at comic books. I've never really gotten into selling them yet. I do have a decent collection of comic books that I don't really read. When I was younger, the only comic book that I actually read or ever got into was like the GI Joe comics. I love those. Those are what I collect for myself. But I buy some comics for myself from time to time, but I've never actually gotten that big into selling them yet. I know Anthony has a ton of comics though.
Anthony actually is knowledgeable in comics, which is great. I mean, and I'm kind of that's the only kind of category I was not that interested in before at all. Like that was one of the kind of was left out. And I actually love trading cards and even some Pokemon stuff and Magic the Gathering stuff, even though I'm not that knowledgeable in it. But like comic books was always kind of on the back shelf for me until bought some from Anthony, and I was kind of trying to see if it's gonna be interesting idea to research the stuff and try to buy some at garage sales this summer, maybe to do whatnot. But I
Mhm.
don't know. It's kind of something I don't know like much about. But you always learn, right, James?
Oh
About
yeah.
about different things, so it's important. That's gonna put you make you stronger reseller, right, in the future if you gonna learn more about different things like that. So
Anthony just sold 2 long boxes of comics for $40 the other day at our flea market.
Yeah, I'm still kicking myself about that one. I just didn't want to load all that crap in the car. And I'm supposed to split those comic book sales with my brother, but I was like, the dollar amount was so low. I was like, this is mine. I'm
man,
keeping it.
that's cool. That's cool. We got Alex Beard King Picker in the house. Alex, welcome. Hopefully, Alex had a great time at National Meetup. I saw the video with Alex enjoying his time at National Meetup. And Alex, Chad had to leave at 9, so that's why Chad is not here right now. So you can rewatch from the beginning. You'll see Chad. And we got Simply Shenanigans in the house. Shanna, guys, I'm putting once again before we leave today. I'm gonna put James's channel once again, and please, if we have time still a little bit, we're gonna be here. So maybe James will get to 1,000 subs today, but if not, man, you're gonna get there eventually soon. I mean, because
You'll get all the subs from the replay guys, the guys that don't
yeah,
come in the
hopefully,
chat.
James, we're gonna have someone watching this professional debacle
I'm not
tomorrow.
worried about it, man. I like I said before, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate Anthony inviting me and you guys having me. If I get 1 sub from this, I'm happy. So
You did. You got several.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
You got a
happy that.
bunch.
You're
yeah,
at
man.
991. You need 9
Oh,
more.
Yeah,
I
nice.
put it in the chat.
you're at 991 right
Yeah, I
now.
appreciate
So
everybody that subbed. I appreciate that.
yeah, so I'm also putting everyone's links in the channel, James, so you can sub to them and support everyone.
Yep.
And let me say hello to Simply Shenanigans, Shanna in the house.
Hey,
Shanna,
Shan. I'm
welcome.
gonna grab a drink. I'll be right back, guys.
Um, and so, what do you think, James, for the future? How would you describe, James, whatnot? Do you like doing whatnot shows? Do you actually do you like it in a way where you think you're making decent amount of money selling on whatnot from your experience, or
When
you
I'm sorry, go ahead.
or you think it's something specifically for someone who can find like certain inventory, like maybe cheap, to try to move it faster on whatnot? Do you think it?
When I started selling on Whatnot about a year ago, and it was a lot different than it is now. There were not as many sellers at all. Um, and I think the more sellers, they just started letting anybody and everybody sell on Whatnot. All of us, about 6-8 months ago, and it just got too oversaturated. Now there's 1,000 different people selling all the same things. So that's what my biggest complaint with Whatnot. When I first started selling, I kind of did like more focused shows. I did like several shows that were all Star Wars. Like I would sell Star Wars merch, toys and stuff. I did a lot of like WWF or WWE wrestling shows. So I think that's the key, in my opinion, to selling on Whatnot, having more focused shows, because my recent shows have been just kind of all over the place, just toys and plushies and, all kinds of stuff that I find that I'm trying to get rid of. And I don't do as well with just a wide variety of toys as opposed to like a focused specific line or, specific type of toy in each auction.
And how many people do you usually, when you're doing your whatnot auctions, how many people are in your auction on average?
I've had as many as like 40 to 50 people in my auctions. On average, probably like 20.
And you like each shows, how many shows altogether you've done so far?
Probably maybe 15 to 20 shows
Throughout the whole time, right?
the whole time for over the last year or so, yeah.
And do you pick specific inventory only for whatnot, or you try to kind of pull out stuff from eBay?
No, I just usually pull out whatever I currently have for sale, even if it's on eBay. I'll just still put it in my Whatnot auction too.
Okay, and from your experience, you've noticed certain things that you had on eBay listed that sold, and compared to the auctions that you did on Whatnot, do you think that the stuff that sold in your Whatnot, is it comparable to what you would have sold it on eBay?
No, I think Whatnot, people still, for some reason or another, people still expect Whatnot to be like bare bones. Like you're going to give them things for $1 and $2, as opposed to eBay, where you can actually charge decent money for things. You see, dozens or hundreds or thousands of listings for a specific item with a decent price that people are asking for them. On Whatnot, these people want you to give this to them for $2 or $3, which, I'm not going to do. I'm not going to do. So, in my opinion, Whatnot is Whatnot is good if you are just trying to unload a lot of stuff and you don't really care how much money you make. Like if you have a lot of things to get rid of and you're just like, you know what, I don't care if these sell for $1 a piece or $2 a piece. This is what I have. I'm going to sell what I have. Whatnot is the place to do it. But if you're trying to get eBay money, Whatnot is not going to work for you that way.
Yeah, that's what I was. Well, that's true, actually, 100%, which is expected to be like, that's when you have, which you exactly what you just said, James. If you have a lot of inventory that you have purchased in bulk, it doesn't matter from where. You can go to any place to purchase so much inventory, and you just need to, you kind of go through some of the stuff sometimes. But if you have so much that you just don't have time to even research certain things, and you try to put that kind of stuff on Whatnot, somebody is getting a great deal, man, and they're gonna resell it for more money. So that's why
I've actually bought things on Whatnot and resold them on eBay for more money.
Yeah, me too.
And that's actually true. That's the thing about it. That's why it's great for certain, not certain, but a lot of resellers who just don't want to physically go sourcing, and just sit at their computer or phone or laptop and go to different Whatnot shows for stuff they like to sell themselves. They can actually get certain deals just without leaving a house.
Yeah.
and resell it. So it's a great opportunity for someone to bring this stuff up if they find a bulk and sell it to some other resellers who will make more money. So it kind of works in both ways for someone to get rid of a lot of stuff and someone who can get a great deal and resell it for make more money.
Yep.
So that's great. So before we leave today, James, I'm gonna ask you some questions about your background. What did
Okay.
you do? What did you do before reselling on YouTube? What type of career did you have?
Mostly for the last 25 years, I've done customer service type work. Mostly like financial, banking, mortgages, things like that. I've done like, mostly call centers, supervisors and things like that. I had before the job that I do now, I was like a supervisor of a call center of about 30 people. Um, which
Wow,
was,
that's great,
yeah,
man.
it's cool.
So you were basically a manager of a large company.
I wasn't, no, I wasn't the manager. I wish. I was just the, kind of in charge of, 30 guys that were trying to make phone calls pretty much.
That's actually cool. And so you currently you do reselling full time, right?
No, currently I do several different things. I do, reselling. I do some like, DoorDash and things like that on the side.
I do
And
that
then
too.
I
I
do,
know I know all
yeah.
about DoorDash. Yeah, so that's good.
And then I have like another full-time job.
DoorDash is how's your DoorDash? Do you like doing DoorDash?
Terrible.
I will agree, man. Man, it's like depends. There are so many people doing it now, especially I actually also did Uber Eats. Did you do Uber Eats?
No, I've never done. DoorDash is the only one I've done so far.
DoorDash is I mean Uber Eats apparently I actually did it a little bit. And nowadays actually Uber Eats apparently pays more than DoorDash because DoorDash changed their structure, as you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
They actually started to charge people more for
Hmm.
deliveries, and nobody wants to order anything
Yeah. I
from
like
DoorDash
my.
anymore.
It's terrible around my area. I can never. It's nothing.
You have to here's the same thing, man. You have to drive to somewhere else, like out of like certain areas where you
Yeah.
can actually get certain amount of money, and
Right.
you have to spend money on gas, and there's
Yeah.
mileage on your car, and like
And they don't reimburse you in gas, so.
exactly, man. That's what I'm saying. That's just but I'm doing it sometimes, not all the time. It sometimes depends on certain weeks.
Right.
So let me say before we leave, let me say hi to Larry Way Out One. Larry, welcome. Also was at Nashville meetup, and I could tell Larry had a great time from the videos and photos. So hopefully, Larry, you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next some kind of meetup coming up. So I'll see Larry again, hopefully. And Bobby in the house. Long story medium. Long story short, what's the good word? Bobby, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by, man. And actually, I think either Shanna or Maya, I think, said about something about feedbacks on Amazon, and it is absolutely correct. Buyers leave fake feedbacks or for sellers on Amazon, which is true. So that's coming to eBay most likely, guys. Unfortunately, so here it is. Amazon lets people post fake feedback. So that's
Mhm.
actually true, guys. That's really bad, guys. But nothing you can do about it. That's how Amazon is gonna be always. They're not gonna let up. So and we got Shagan. I'm a reseller. Shagan, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. So I'm caught up finally, guys. That's good. And before we leave, what are things that you like to do with your family, James? What kind of hobbies do you guys have?
We do a lot of movies. Like we're big into movies. My whole family loves Star Wars, and so we watch Star Wars all the time. My son and I like to watch wrestling and go to like professional wrestling stuff. My wife is a huge gardener. Like she is amazing at gardening and flowers and things. So we do a lot of that. I don't do as much of that with her as I would like to. That's one thing that I've told her, like this summer, I'm going to try to start going out with her more and doing stuff in the garden and all that. So we just kind of hang out. My son's he'll be 18 next week. So thinks he's big and bad and he's an adult, and he wants to do adult things now. So
Man, that's how children are, man. They grow
yeah.
fast. My son is bigger than me already. And he's gonna go into 10th grade next year, so he's gonna be 16 this year. So there you go, man. Children
Yep.
grow fast, man. That's it.
Yeah, they do. They
And you
do.
get old.
Yeah.
And you get old, man. Before we leave, guys, as I promised, I'll show you some of the hats I found today at the bins. Jeff, do you have anything interesting you want to show us that you recently found, which is kind of cool stuff that you grabbed that you want to show everyone?
I don't know. I'll look around and see if I find something.
We say thank you to Bobby. Bobby, appreciate your super chat, man. Which is Bobby is asking, which is worse, DoorDash, Uber, or whatnot? What do you think, James?
DoorDash, Uber, or whatnot? I would say DoorDash, I guess, because DoorDash is actually costing me money while I'm out there, gasoline wise.
Yeah, I couldn't do. I did Uber Eats. I couldn't. It was the same thing.
Because in the case of whatnot, where you don't have to leave the house, you just basically. And what I was actually talking to some other reseller recently on at the bean store, I was talking to him about whatnot that you can do your show whenever you want to. And amazing job by Kristen Thrifty Mom, which does her shows consistently every week. She can actually do the show like twice a day if she wants to. But I mean, it's up to you. I mean, you can schedule your shows, even if nobody will come in. If you can just show the items and talk, if it brings you enjoyment, and someday hopefully someone will start buying from you and whatnot. It's something you enjoy. You don't have to pay for mileage. You don't have to pay for gas. You don't have to leave the house. Just show the stuff on the camera, and hopefully someone will buy it. And it's gonna bring some money.
I do have something to show real quick. Anthony mentioned earlier that my parents live in Ohio, and they actually go thrifting on my behalf. They'll actually call me from their Goodwill and say, "Look what we have! Look what we have here. Do you want this?" And they'll buy it for me and ship it to me to resell, which is amazing.
That's great.
But this just happens to be sitting next to me, and I don't know if I can get it into the frame. It's an arcade 1-up Disney joystick.
Cool.
That is really neat.
I have it listed. It's an arcade 1-up. I don't know if you can see that there.
Man, that's cool. Yeah, that is cool stuff. How much?
It's like a huge Disney joystick. They found this for $5 at their Goodwill.
No way.
And they sent it to me, and I have it listed on my eBay.
Oh, his turn.
Oh no, he is good. He is good. He is good. That's nice.
Sorry about that.
That's
so
nice.
they bought this for $5 and sent it to me, and I have it listed for $200 right now on my eBay.
Nice, man. It's gonna be tough to ship, but I mean, what can you?
It will be.
What can you do?
I saved the box that they shipped it to me in, so I'm gonna just reuse that.
Man, that's good. That's actually excellent. And you have a box, so there you go. You can just sell it and ship it. That's it. That's good.
Right.
It's a good job. Your parents done a great job, man. See. Nice
I'm thankful to have them.
Let me say hello to Michelle, Lucky 19Ts. Michelle, thanks for stopping by. And here's Lori. I thought I had missed you guys. Lori, we're still here. Kyle, we're still here. If you guys want to rewatch. Sorry, guys, I didn't make it to Nashville. I know Kyle wanted me to meet me finally, but life turns out certain ways that unfortunately I couldn't go. But I'll see you guys hopefully someday. So, or you can come to Cleveland. Travel to Cleveland, guys. So Lori and Kyle will go to the bins. But before we leave, I'll show you my. Go ahead, Anthony.
I was gonna say, you guys that just popped in, go over. This is my buddy James. He is a YouTuber, and I would say you're a YouTuber first, a reseller third, because you're a toy collector second.
And the collector.
But he does a toy collecting channel and a little bit of reselling sprinkled in. But he's almost at 1,000 subs, so I want to try to get him over the hump. So I asked Roman, and Roman said that I could bring him on tonight. So if you
Yes,
guys
really.
Yeah,
go
it's
over and
links in the
subscribe,
chat. I just dropped
yep,
it again.
yep. If you guys
Yeah,
could
Sorry,
go,
Roman.
yeah, no problem. Link is in the chat, guys. So if you can, please subscribe to James. Really appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, thank you again. Thank you guys for everybody who subscribed. Thank you for having me on.
You got 992. You're 8 away.
You're right away, man. So, guys, let me show before we
Awesome.
leave the head collection that I found today. Even though the other reseller was there, and me and him, guys, kind of thankfully we didn't get into any type of confrontation because we saw the bin when they rotated the bin. We saw both of us saw there were heads on top. They sometimes just hide them on the bottom, but we saw them on top, and we ran into that bin. So I grabbed this vintage. Fighting Irish with a pin, actually, with a Cleveland Browns pin here on the side. That's like a vintage New Era had DuPont visor, pro design, made in the United States. So this is embroidered Fighting Irish Notre Dame hat. Then this is a cool hat. This is vintage Disney Goofy. This is, I forgot the print name, but this is here is the tag Mickey, vintage
oh, cool.
unlimited. So this is a cool. I need to clean it a little bit. That's still cool. So I'm paying like for by weight, it's like 20 cents per head, even less. So this is Goofy head, and here's another cool one. Was this head? This actually is Texas Rangers All Star Game 1995. Also by New Era Pro Model made in USA with engraving right here with MLB logo and. Engrave. We're doing whatnot right now, guys. And this All Star Game logo from '95 by Texas Rangers Stadium. And the two, in my opinion, the most coolest ones were this Larry Bird's. This is vintage trucker hat. It's Larry Bird's Boston connection, Terre Haute, Indiana. That's where he's from. Larry Bird was born in Terre Haute or Haute, Indiana. So if you guys haven't didn't know, but that's actually a good hat. I already checked. It sells for around $50. So that's by designer apparel headwear. So that hat, and this is also very cool hat. This is still with the tag. This is 1990 World Champions Reds wire to wire trucker
Wow.
hat. So this is actually a very cool one. This is by Port Sportsman. So this is by Sportsman, one size fits all, 100% cotton, but still has tags, as you can see, which is rare to find at the bins. With the tags, see it says 1990 World Series merchandise. So that's pretty cool. And also engraved, embroidered with Cincinnati Reds. That's when the last time they were, I think, world champions in 1990. So there you go, guys. So those were the hats that I constantly find very cool hats that I list. I think I don't know if I've shown you, but there is another hat that I have. Just a second, let me find it. I'll show it to you. If I find it, just a second, guys.
Oh, he was booting all of us there. Hey guys, let's take over. Daddy's
Yeah,
gone. Teacher left the room, man.
there's nobody to watch the kids.
Right.
Yeah, right.
All right,
Oh,
guys,
let me
I'm
charge.
back. So this was the coolest one I found. Actually, made a short about it on my channel. This is a Shark Tooth, United States hat, vintage United States Olympic team from 1996 Atlanta Olympics by Logo Athletic. So this is the tag, and here is a Olympic Games collection. So this was in a really good condition, guys. So this
Is
hat
that
is
one?
for really good money. I'm gonna keep it. I'll wear it most likely, but it's very cool. So it's
I was
another
gonna
one.
say, is that an over $100 hat? Because I know
That
those
is,
sharks are.
I checked. There are some. You can check. I don't remember, but there was some sold ones around, probably 100 or a little bit more. But you can check by just typing in Logo Athletic, Atlanta Olympics Games, United States Shark Tooth. head, and it's gonna come up because I've checked it, and it's kind of rare actually. So
Yeah, I
not
know the shark tooth stuff is hard to find.
especially with USA Olympics. So it's like, but that's cool, guys. So anyway, once again, everyone, guys, appreciate you all for stopping by. Here's Kyle. Kyle, welcome. Sorry, Kyle, I didn't come to Nashville, man. Unfortunately, I know I feel bad also about it, but it is what it is, man. I missed you in Nashville. Was hoping you'd go. Yeah, I know, guys. Hopefully next time, and Anthony will also go.
Yeah, so now
Lisa,
everyone wants. I will make sure to put out my GoFundMe page. You guys can buy me a plane ticket.
and also,
Take my name on there.
I
Yeah,
found
right.
this
Me,
today,
me
guys.
and the-
This is a Nintendo DS. I found it today at the bins.
you found a DS at the bins?
Yeah, man. Nintendo DS doesn't have adapter, but I ordered one. I actually had one, but I thought I have it, but I don't. So I had to order one on eBay. So that's fine. But I
Oh,
mean,
you need one of them things?
Yep, that's exactly what it needs too.
yeah, Lisa, send it to me through the screen. Grab it, grab it. But that's okay. I mean, it's cheap. It's $5.
Yeah, I got one right just sitting here too.
Yes, actually, Anthony found last Sunday. There is another reseller who found PSP with games in a case, and also I found what is it called? The smaller version of this Nintendo. I forgot which one it is, but the smaller one, not
The
DS.
Game Boy?
Game Boy, right? So I found
Yeah.
Game Boy, and I also have it. I found Game Boy last week. And yeah, if you go, like I said, if you go to the bins like consistently, you're gonna find really good things. I mean, but
I
you have
think
to.
I think your best find, in my opinion, from stuff I've watched from you, was when you found the Tamagotchi, and I think you sold that for what, like $200?
That was 199. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
I would.
that sometimes I mean, if you like I said with toys and stuff like that, that you can find sort of there are a bunch of things like even stuff that James sells. The
Mm.
what are they called? Uh, those vintage action figures, the ones with James. What are they called? The ones from that cartoon.
Oh, those ones.
Man, that was specific, Roman.
Yeah.
Man, I
Mutant Ninja
forgot.
Turtles,
Ninja Turtles I found before many times actually. Oh,
Masters of
Sharks.
the Universe.
He-Man.
See,
He-Man.
I knew
He-Man,
only one of
there you
them.
There you go. Finally, guys, I remembered. Anyway, guys, and I think James disconnected from us. So, James
He left us.
has
Uh-oh.
disconnected the building. James has left the building, guys. But anyway, guys, we really appreciate you stopping by today, everyone, and for the super chats, Bobby and Woody. Appreciate you guys for great support, everyone. And here is James is back. James, thanks for stopping by again, man. But anyway, guys, if you
And I don't know what's going on.
thank you again, guys, for subscribing to James. And James promised he will subscribe to everyone else. So, and once again, guys, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys, and we'll see you hopefully next weekend, guys. And I don't know who our guest is yet, so we'll see. So, guys, take care.
Okay. Y'all come back now. You hear? Happy
Bye, guys.
sales, guys. Be profitable.
Be profitable, guys.